fresh, fresh.
It's star time. It's not the way to do it.
Kick it.
Okay, party people in the house.
Pump up the volume. Immortal technique. Revolutionary Volume 2. Yeah. Broadcasting live from Harlem, New York. Let the truth be known. You better watch what the fuck flies out of your mouth, or I'ma hijack a plane and fly it into your house. Burn your apartment with your family tied to the couch and slit your throat so when you scream, only blood comes out. I doubt that there could ever be a more wicked MC, cause AIDS-infested child molesters are even sicker than me. I see the world for what it is, beyond the white and the black. The way the government downplays historical facts, cause the United States sponsored the rise of the Third Reich, just like the CIA trained terrorists how to fight, build bombs and sneak box cutters onto a flight. When I was a child, the devil himself bought me a mic, but I refused the offer, cause God sent me to strike with skills unused like fallopian tubes in a dike. My words will expose George Bush and Bin Laden as two separate parts of the same seven-headed dragon, and you can't fathom the truth, so you don't hear me. You think Illuminati's just a fucking conspiracy theory? That's why conservative racists are all running shit, and your phone is tapped by the federal government. So I'm jamming frequencies in your brain when you speak to me. Technique, a rip a rapper to pieces indecently, pack weapons illegally, cause I'm never hesitant. Sniper scoping up commission, controlling the president.
The next piece of evidence you're about to see is the biggest smoking gun of them all. President George W. Bush signed Presidential Decision Directive W199I, telling FBI agents as well as defense intelligence officers that if they tried to stop Al-Qaeda, they would be arrested under national security implications. It's been in every publication from the Wall Street Journal to the Washington Times. Actual lawsuits have now been filed by FBI agents who are outraged by the fact that they were not allowed to stop Al-Qaeda. The global crime syndicate that George W. Bush and his family fronts for has everything to gain from the September 11th attacks: a national ID card, a national control grid, a cashless society. It's part of the public record. George Bush signed the documents threatening defense intelligence and FBI agents with arrest if they stopped Al-Qaeda. This is the most absolutely treasonous, treacherous thing he could possibly do. George Bush is a mass murderer.
Father, forgive them, for they don't know right from wrong. The truth is set you free, written down in a song, and the song has the cause of death written in code. The word of God brought to light that'll save your soul. Save your soul, motherfucker. Save your soul. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hacked the Pentagon for self-incriminating evidence of Republican-manufactured white powder pestilence, Marine Corps flak vest with the guns and ammo, spitting bars like a demon stuck inside a piano. Turn a Sambo into a soldier with just one line. So here's the truth about the system that'll fuck up your mind. They gave Al-Qaeda $6 billion in 1989 to 1992, and now the last chapters of Revelations are coming true. And I know a lot of people find it hard to swallow this, cause subliminal bigotry makes you hate my politics, but you act like America wouldn't destroy 2 buildings in a country that was sponsoring bombs dropped on our children. I was watching the towers, and though I wasn't the closest, I saw them crumble to the earth like they were full of explosives, and they thought nobody noticed the news report that they did about the bombs planted on the George Washington Bridge. 4 non-Arabs arrested during the emergency, and then it disappeared from the news permanently. They dubbed the tape of Osama, and they said it was proof. Jealous of our freedom, I can't believe you bought that excuse. Rocking a motherfucking flag don't make you a hero. Word to ground zero. The devil crept into heaven, God overslept on the 7th. The new world order was born on September 11th. Father, forgive them, for they don't know right from wrong. The truth is set you free, written down in a song. And the song has the cause of death written in code. The word of God brought to light that'll save your soul. Save your soul, motherfucker. Save your soul. And just so conservatives don't take it to heart, I don't think Bush did it, cause he isn't that smart. He's just a stupid puppet taking orders on his cell phone from the same people that sabotaged Senator Wellstone. The military industry got it popping and locking, looking for a way to justify the Wolfowitz doctrine. And as a matter of fact, Rumsfeld, now that I think back, without 9/11, you couldn't have a war in Iraq or a defense budget of world conquest proportions, kill freedom of speech and revoke the right to abortion, tax cut extortion, a blessing to the wealthy and wicked. But you still have the answer to the Armageddon you scripted. And Dick Cheney, you fucking leech, tell them your plans about building your pipelines through Afghanistan and how Israeli troops train the Taliban in Pakistan. You might have some house niggas fooled, but I understand colonialism is sponsored by corporations. That's why Halliburton gets paid to rebuild nations. Tell me the truth, I don't scare into paralysis. I know the CIA saw Bin Laden on dialysis in '98 when he was top 10 for the FBI. Government ties is really why the government lies. Read it yourself instead of asking the government why, cause then the cause of death, the cause the propaganda to die.
Hello, yeah, thanks for joining us. Hail, hail. Hold on. Right, I'm just... I'm just listening. Oh dear. Turn this down, turn this down. I've got... Right, I can't believe who I was listening to there. I'm just listening in my ear here, sorry people, you can't hear it, but I've got on my eardrum another radio station, and I can't believe who I'm listening to there. He's coming on, he used to be on another radio station, and he's on this one now. But anyway, right, hail, hail. Anybody out there, the numbers to dial 0141 416 1888 if you get a point to make in yesterday's game. How was it? Did you go there? How bad was it? Oh, it was atrocious. I woke up at 1:30. I wish I'd stayed in my lovely little dream that I was having. I wasn't playing ping pong with the two Serena and Venus Williams sisters, not. But it was no far away from it anyway. I was playing ping pong anyway, but I had to wake up because in the background I could hear the Celtic game a calling. 1-0 down, I had to watch the rest of that guff. Absolutely pantalone. And so if you're with the game, if you want to get some of your angst for the terrible performance yesterday, if you want to get some of that out, then you can give us a call, cleanse yourself of it. 0141 416 1888. If you're brain dead zombie, come ahead if you think you're hard enough. It's 0203 290 1690. If you're in Dublin or anywhere in Ireland, Cork and Donegal, you're on the one road to Crack Pottery. If you give me a call on 01254 4567. Can't say fair than that, or else I'm the Bishop of Cork. Yes, you can get me on Crackpot Radio 01 if you're outside of Dublin 254 4567. Come on, Dubliners, come on, West Brits, pick up your phone, give us a call, don't be shy, give it a try, don't walk on by until you've at least spoken to a crackpot once in your life. Yes, it can be done, I don't bite. If you're out there. Also, if you're out in Melbourne, Sydney, if you're Andy Murray and you want to come on and give a wee cry, you've lost, give me a call on 03 I think 0390136767. Yes, and we're out on the west coast now. We've gave up the east coast. Too bloody cold out in the east coast in Boston. So we've shut our office down and we're out in Compton. We're sunning it out in Compton there, giving it Yaldi on 001. If you're up in Canada, it's 001 for USA. If you're out of Compton, it's 310. If you're straight out of Compton, it's just 668 1916. If you're out of Compton, you add the 310. If you're straight out of Compton, it's 668 1916. Yes, I'm hanging with my homies in Compton. We're holding it down a lockdown. My wife's African, my kids are Irish African, and I'm proud as feck. My wee boy, the stuff he came up and said to me, he was listening to Immortal Technique, and he's got it going down with the Illuminati. I'm telling you, he's a chip off the old block, and he's learning it all himself. He's doing his own research. He's getting tore right into it. So Tommy Mark II is coming along nicely. He's just a few years behind wee Jordan Larson. God willing, Jordan Larson will be coming through and scoring for Celtic, and my wee boy will be setting about the Illuminati. Hopefully, anyway. The father and son setting about the Illuminati on the airwaves, yeah. The Bulging, he's coming through. The wee Irish African. Nignog Gollywog, give a dog a bone. He won't be giving any day Fangitas a bone, no. He'll be ripping them a new. Anyway, he's a hidden talent. We'll keep him hidden now, but he's learning all about the Illuminati. From the Alpha to the Omega, from the beginning to the end. Yes, we're giving you the truth roof on the crackpots who run society. We've had enough of them. Crackpot McDougal's get them to. Right, to call in, the call in number is 0141 416 1888. That's 0141 416 1888. If you're a crackpot in outer space, outer Mongolia, where have you been? This is the only number that you should be phoning. This should be the number next to the emergency services. This is the number that should be next to your speed dial for your drug dealer. This should be sitting in between your drug dealer's number and your local tandoori. Get me stored in there. 0141 416 1888. It couldn't be any easier. I've even got brain dead zombies wired to the moon to phone me on 0203 290 1690. Yes, don't be shy, give it a try. If you want to phone me, do a one ring sting and I'll phone you back on my 1690 number. And if you want me straight out of Compton, yes, get me in Compton on 001 310. That's if you're out of Compton. If you're just straight out of Compton and you're in the corner, say like Beverly Hills 90210, which I was going to go for that, but I thought, nah, I'm hanging with my homies. I ain't going with these superficial crackpots. I'm hanging with real people. We're straight out of Compton on 668 1916. These are the numbers. So store it in between your druggie dealer and your local tandoori. Crackpot McDougal for a tinfoil covered Skoda. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. Or you can just get me on the old Skype. Tommy in Glasgow. This is Fangita Radio. We were Radical Pacifist Online. We became Fangita Radio Online. We're now Glasgow Radio Online and a Black Ops operation. But now it's pure Celtic community radio. What is going down here? What's happening? Hello? You phone it? Is that what? Oh, listen, do you know what I've done? I've done this alright. Right, hang up and I'll phone you back. I'll phone you back. Hold on. He was phoning through on that. Hang me. Ah, listen, that's what's going down there. Because, hey, hold on, mate. That's why. What was going down there? Why is he? I put the call forwarding on, so the call forwarding, because I was going to be phoning somebody else there, but right, so we'll be deactivating that. Oh, come on, TV. Call forwarding. Right, we're ripping off the broadband of an international corporation here. We're getting free broadband. We're sitting on a tinfoil covered Skoda. getting free bar, but that's what I put the call forward on too soon. Right, we're holding it down a lot. Was it just your phone there, you crackpot? Unknown. Right, hold on. Right, give me 2 seconds, Para. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, let me see. Hold on. Where are we? Right, just cooking. There we are. Are we cooking? Have we got everything? Are we live and direct from a tinfoil covered Skoda? We're just closing down some of these boxes here in case interference, because it all goes belly up. I just want to hold on. I just want to check something. Right, let's do a bit of interaction. Let's do a crossover before we bring the bull parrot on board. Hold on, we'll just check the Twitterati. What's happening out in the Twitterati there? A little bit of silence there brought to us by friends in the Noise Abatement Society as we just refresh the old Twitter. We're just refreshing the Twitter. Tamla Tim 01414161888, that's a number. I'm with you, brother. Stephen Hayfield, feet up in a Celtic at Hampden Styley with Tesco value biscuits and tea. Keep away from the Tesco value biscuits. Dear goodness. Right. Oh, what's going down here? Who's phoning here? What's going down? Is that a one ring sting? Right, who was that? Right, hold off. Who was phoning here? Hold off, I've got your number right, but I see this rain. There's a rain coming down, look at this. We've got a tinfoil dart, right, but we're going to join a discussion here. Here, hold on, hold it down. Nobody phone. That number there, I've got it there. The number ending. Hold on, stay there. I want to do a bit of interaction here, a simulcast.
Right, hello, Carl.
Oh, hello there. How you doing?
How you doing?
Yes, how you doing there? I recognise that voice out in Wishaw. Billy boy, how you doing?
Who's that?
Tommy.
Yes?
Oh, what you doing on here?
Hey, you said Celtic fan. What are you doing here, lad, trumpet? Good to speak to you.
I said a couple of perverts, but you're a pervert.
How's the missus, by the way? How's your good wife? Is she alright? They've cut me off, There you go. It don't matter me on. That was that old Billy, blind as a bat Billy, out in Wishaw. I was on. Imagine, it's a problem. They're check bags, aren't they? Check bag McDougall's. I even phoned them on a lovely number, 1690. Right. So, who was that? Somebody phoned me there, right? So, first come, first served. Who was that phoned me? Was it somebody there? We might be able to try a three-way call. We could try a three-way call. We can get the parrot on. Hold on. Right, but we're just changing over numbers here. We're just going Ragga style now, so we're changing it. I don't want to phone you on a 1690 number. Shocker, Rooney. We can't be having that. Look at that, a bunch of shite bags, you know what I mean? Look, to a man, they're just total shite bags. Phoning through an Angels chat for a simulcast. I don't even know what they're saying. I should turn them up. Can't even be bothered with them. Shows you the shite bags they are. There you go. You can go and listen to the crackpots later. Can't be arsed with them. Right, here we go. Right, we're on a lockdown. And right, if you're a brain dead zombie who wants to interact, then you know the number. And so, who was at the phone there? So, who's got this number? Will we get the parrot on, or we get? Is this if we do a 2-ring, a 3-ring? Yeah, I don't. Let's see. Right, everything's froze. Now there we go. We're up and running. There we go.
Hello?
Hello?
How's it going, mate? Alright?
No bad, mate, no bad. Right, well, somebody phoned there. If somebody wants to try and phone me, maybe we can try and do a 3-way call. Or do you want me to try and bring them in?
Well, no, listen, I'll just keep you for 5 minutes and I'll scoot in. You can have it. You don't want to dilute it too much, pal, you know what I mean?
No, well, I want to try this. I've been wanting to try this for ages, but because of the signal, so I can try it for a wee minute. Let's see. Don't mind, hold on. This number.
I mean, that's like you. If this is the closest you'll get to a threesome, I'm chucking it to get you at the suicide and get you
Stay there and calm down. Just because I mentioned threesome, the guy's crap. There we go. You there?
I'm still here, mate, aye.
There we go.
Hello?
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 Ah, you phoned?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'll phone back later on, Tom. I'm in the listen, just I was phoning again in the middle of something there.
Alright, sorry, buddy. Phone back.
I will phone you back in, okay?
Nice sweat, mate, nice sweat. God bless, bye. Right, you there, Stevie?
Still here, mate.
Right, so the sound quality's not too bad, right? It's chucking a gale down here, so entertain us, tell us what you've got, mate. There's a mad blog out there saying that they won the tax case. What's the script? Is it a lot of shit?
No, the SFA's just been pulled up tonight by Inverness over Danny Wilson, the Liverpool player who's on loan at Hearts. And at his last game for the Govan Tax Dodgers, he gets sent off against St Mirren in the cup final, and he gets against suspension, which was never served. So he shouldn't have played against Inverness in the cup. So how he was given SFA permission, they gave him a ban, and it's never been put in.
So what game did he play again? Sorry, Hearts.
He played for the Govan Tax Dodgers when they were still alive against St Mirren in the cup final, which they won with 9 men, but he was sent off in it. He was then transferred to Liverpool, and he never played a cup game. He went to Liverpool, and then he went to Hearts. His registration was put through. He played against us, which was fine, but he never served a Scottish Cup game. Suspension, and that's what the Inverness board and stuff have contacted the SFA tonight over it.
About the game there they just played on Saturday, yeah?
I was saying this guy illegal notice. I contacted Paul Larkin about it, and Paul said there's various things. There's a Jamie Bothwick's interacting with he's some journalist who works on the East Coast, and he's interacting. So this is still going on. The BBC's running it saying, look, he's saying that one of the admin errors, mate. So that's going to this guy Jamie Bothwick says, as I already said, the bans are transferred with the player on the FIFA ITC. That's on the record. If the SFA come out and contradict that now, it changes. They haven't. Is that one of those admin errors? So I'd have dropped the body, you know what I mean? The guy's never served his suspension. So he's saying that. He's
a cup
saying
game,
that
so it's any cup game. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the Scottish Cup. It can be any cup game. But what about that? Is that not transferable down to England? So would he not be?
The journalist saying that, right? But I think the SFA rulebook says it, isn't it? So God knows, mate. But it's another barrel of fannies that's been opened up, mate. You know, so it's just for the guys overseas that are probably haven't seen this sort of thing or listening in later on. So this story will probably win tonight. So ain't that all that can bring the bowling club at Hampden into disrepute to you. That's my mission in life after that seat they gave me yesterday. Oh.
Whereabouts
tell
you
you what,
sitting?
mate. Oh, I was in the main stand. I was with the soup takers, mate. My parrots perch at Paradise is like the Covent Garden Opera House compared to that shithole yesterday.
Are you in the bottom tier or the
beloved...
top tier of it?
No, in the bottom tier, mate. I was sitting beside two Celtic fans far on sun. They smelled as if they'd come out Anne Frank's cupboard. They were all frosty and smelling a piss. Oh.
You're bang out of order there. It was Holocaust Memorial Day and you're bringing Anne Franks into it, smelling a single fish. You're disgraceful.
They were stinking. But anyway, so we'll wait.
Should have been undercover zombies out to have a good day for a change.
I don't know. No, they'll be next time they saw like the big buildings and all that on the south side, so they couldn't have been, mate, you know. They seem quite comfortable looking at a world class football team in the pitch, so they couldn't have been zombies.
So what was your excuse then for the performance yesterday? What's your take on it? How bad really was it? Was it that bad as we saw on TV?
All I'd say is, for me, I mean, there was guys, and the only thing I was disappointed in yesterday, right, the main thing for me was the fact that a lot of fans were booing Celtic. That's what we'll know about it. Right? And listen, we've been in the 90s and we've had worse teams than that. And all I'll say is there was a lot going on yesterday. Our team can afford to have one player having a bad day. Unfortunately, most of them had a bad day. There are certain players who, I think their time's up a Celtic part. I wouldn't want to start dissecting. There's a lot of raw wounds out there, and a lot of people's get better and more qualified opinions than me, mate. But is
this team the real deal? Are we tripping right out of dial by singing we're on the way to Wembley? That is the bottom line. Have we got to Wembley here or no?
None of these mechanics go to Wembley. Most teams in us have won the European Cup.
I know of recent times, but no of recent times really. It's a closed shop. It's the elite that seems to be winning these days.
What about Porto under Mourinho? They were after it, haven't they? Maybe took notice of them until
9 years ago that was now.
9 years? You go back a wee bit further, the great Ajax team that was a youth team that won it.
But that's what I'm saying. Now it's becoming an ever more exclusive club that will wake up in another 10 years and go, the last time a wee team won it was Porto, and that'll be 20 years in. So,
all I'd say is, though, when it coming to Celtic, I would say that Neil Lennon's got probably, it'll be his most difficult. Well, it won't be this transfer window, but certainly the next one in the summer, Tommy, whereas certain players have come into the team, like Victor Wanyama and Effie Ambrose, in my opinion, and Fraser Foster, and guys like Tony Watt and whatever, and that's the sort of standard of player the fans are used to seeing now. And unfortunately, there's a lot of players at Celtic that aren't that standard. And if you look at guys like Alan Pardew when he was a manager of West Ham, when he took a good championship team up and they took them into the Premiership, and it's not the first season in England, it's the second season you've really got to cement. In my opinion, you've got to cement the team. By doing that, you implement bringing in better players, which means the guys that you've maybe been loyal to, I mean, players like Martin O'Neill will play somebody who's 36-year-old because he'll still think he's a good player and he's loyal to a guy. Other managers have got to move with the times and say, listen, you're a good player. The best at it's Alex Ferguson. The world was baffled when guys like Paul Ince go, etc. All these guys like Kanchelski's not, that's you're at the door sort of thing. Very few of these players went on to catch fair gout sort of thing. And that's where Neil Lennon's got to be now. There was guys, I don't have to mention it, I wouldn't do that to the players. There were certain players yesterday who've done it a few times. The jury's always been out on them in certain positions. And listen, Samaras isn't one of them because he's been excellent all year. He just had a bad day yesterday, but he's had a lot of better. He's been my stalwart in Europe. But there's other players yesterday who don't need named. Whereas Neil Lennon's got to get the stage now. He's got to be improving the squad all the time, which he is doing. He's bringing in great players, in my opinion. But he's got to start letting guys like, Paddy's out of contract, so Paddy will be slipping into the night and hopefully get on and carrying on his career elsewhere. But there's other players under contract who maybe the party's over. But there isn't, for me yesterday, Tommy, I had a great seat, a great shoot.
You don't want to say names, right? But come on, let's push it. Izagiri, Matthews, are they cutting it?
I've not. Well, listen, they're two players. They're probably the two players I would have mentioned, to be honest. me personally, I'll give you 3 names, and this isn't just, and obviously one of them never really got on yesterday. Kyle's finished, in my opinion.
Yep.
Charlie Mulgrew, and the keeper yesterday. I mean, I thought that was a Polish Rad Douglas he had in. The difference was St Mirren had a young. St Mirren had a goalkeeper in.
There's no many worse shy Poles left in this country worse than him, but there you go. So you're giving, right, so we're breaking it down then, right? So you're saying Zalewski get out, you're saying Mulgrew on a sugarly peg, and the basis of what he can't defend it, he can't take it forward, he can hit a free kick and a cross, but he can't hit a penalty.
Listen, he's one of the most technically gifted players we've got, but for the size of him, you look at somebody like Spurs who've got Gareth Bale, who's the same size as him, and you look at the way he bullies and dominates a football pitch.
So break it down. Do we sell Hooper, right? What do we do? Do we cut our cloth accordingly and say, take the 5 million for Juve? Do we take whatever we can get for Big Victor and Hooper now, cash in, do a fire sale, sell them, and then with that money, look to invest, bring in more players, more quality? Is that the way you're suggesting? I reckon we have to sell, we need to be prepared every year to sell a couple of players. If we bring in a couple of players in for a couple of million, then we should be looking to sell a couple of players off of that each year and making maybe 4 or 5 million profit on each. And so start with Hooper and Big Vic, no?
No, me personally, I'd like to see. Listen, if Gary Hooper wants to go, he can go. I'm not going to break my heart with him. I'll break my heart when Wanyama leaves because he's a best. Right, well,
tell me then. Lenny saw something yesterday. Did you see what I saw and other people saw? The Big Vic, he played his worst game.
Well, we said it earlier on, but listen, he is a young guy and he's been exceptional since he's came to the club, Tommy. And for a guy now, when he has a bad game, it doesn't mean Celtic should.
No, I understand that. I'm saying that if he had a bad game 3 months ago, he had a bad game straight after 3 days after Ferguson watched him. That's my problem. I've not got a problem with having a bad game. Have as many bad games he wants, but is his mind turned? Is his head turned?
I tell you, for me personally, I think the big thing yesterday was Fraser Foster, his main goal, Tommy.
So would you react to that?
No, I think what you've got is if you get Fraser Foster in goal, you've got somebody coming out. And I know people say he's a bit suspect at a couple of upsets his game, but he's a dominant in the box, mate. That big pole yesterday, I don't know what he was doing. Now, the opposite number, the winning keeper was coming out for everything. He was jumping up, he was getting on top of Celtic players, and that's what I like to see a goalkeeper doing. And listen, Big Zalewski's doing alright. But Big Zalewski's doing alright, they're getting a couple of grand a week or whatever he's doing, and I'm not blaming him, right, because there was other players in the team, but there's certain guys in that team, there wasn't any, and Scott was an exceptional footballer, but as a Celtic captain, there was no, Paul Larkin done a blog today and a picture of Roy Aitken, was there any Roy Aitken's out there yesterday?
At times, the weakness is that when all the players disappear, there's nobody there to stand up. So I hear what you're saying on that. But Kyle, he's not had it since that first season. Would you take any money on him now? Can we get any money on him now?
Yeah, I'd say the problem with Kyle is that when he came in and he was great, but we never had guys like Wanyama on the team, and Joe Ledley hadn't really broke through, etc. But what I think we've got now is that, see, when he was on form, Tommy, he was talking about, oh, well, you know, I wouldn't mind a move to England or whatever. And I know I rabble on about this, and everybody's allowed their opinion. But the minute he got a couple of injuries and he's not after the boy, oh, I love it at Celtic, guys, you're getting paid a fortune. And I think he's good at chasing the ball about the pitch, Tommy, that's it. You know, he doesn't, all his wee runs he's been doing, Lennon's been playing him in an offensive role. Dylan McGee, I know Dylan may be injured. I know we've got James Forrest out, Tony Watts, wherever Tony Watt is in now, but listen, I don't mind getting beat with St Mirren yesterday because Celtic were shite, we didn't deserve to win, but at the end of the day, we should go doing a bit of fight and a bit of dig. And there's nobody there now. How many chances does this team get? I've not seen. They're all Artino, he'll win a pair of my football boots, but for St Mirren players to be tweeting the day, that's the treble off. You know, when St Mirren fans singing "We Can See You Sneaking Out." And I know we listen, if you watched the game in the house, if you watched it downtown the Bronx, if you watched it in your tins covered Skoda, it's no nice being there, as we all know. We've all been to Celtic games and had bad days, but it'll be very interesting what they, alright, they come out and they'll beat, hopefully they'll beat Kilmarnock 10-0 on Wednesday night, Tommy. It doesn't address the fact that the transfer window's going to shut Thursday. We'll see who's there, mate. You know, nobody in that team yesterday. There wasn't anybody in that team yesterday who, let's be honest, if somebody come in and says there's X amount of money, I'll be upset if when Yama went. And now Adam Matthews, I think, is an exceptional player. I wasn't keen on him, but he's completely on it. Izzy Gary's been in and out the team, I'll give you that, but there were certain players yesterday who just, a half time yesterday, Lennon should have went, right, mate, come on, away for a bath, it's all your day. And players do have bad days, but unfortunately, whatever else happened in the game, and he's ended up, he's going to be known as a scapegoat probably, whereas the whole team will just fucking cash and carry, mate, you know?
We see that, the defence, the way the defence is set up, alright, we've lost Ambrose. If we lose Wanyama, we're going to lose a key part of the team. Do you not think there's any, Kyle, I don't think he's fit to step into lace Wanyama's boots for what we saw until he got injured, until that McCulloch took him out. Remember, he was kind of off all right, but he's been so off the boil. It's unreal. You know what I mean? He can't shoot. He can only run about. He's like headless chicken, but he can't do much else.
All right, no, listen, it's one of these things, Tommy. As I say, it was like the English teams with Pardew and all that, and his West Ham team were great, and he was loyal to them, but he never got the squad any better. And then they were a one-trick pony, and they were found out, and they get beat. And ended up losing his job over it. So Neil Lennon's in a position now he's got to do, and it's the hardest thing in football. You hear it every year, young players getting let go. He's got to get guys in the office and say, but the problem is, it's not like a Martin O'Neill team that's all in their early 30s or mid-30s and they can sneak into a coaching badge. Neil Lennon's either got to let their contracts run out, but he doesn't want to do, obviously, or he's going to have to punt these guys. And listen, I don't want to see India leaving Celtic, but at the end of the day, we've got a fantastic youth policy coming through, and as you say, the way I look at it now, we've been very, very lucky. For every Daryl Murphy we've bought a Gary Hooper sort of thing, you know. So that we all knew when certain players come onto the pitch at Park, as you said earlier on, we've always been a selling club, and we're going down the route now. Obviously, Ajax do, and you buy young, play them well, get their profile up, and then they go and the club makes money out of it, which is great, you know, because the money will hopefully get reinvested in the way McGeady's money kick-started the whole project off. But we can't go down like yesterday, Tommy, because that was just, listen, there's been worse Celtic teams. The Celtic team that won the Scottish Cup, there's the Scottish Cup team that won it for Tommy Burns, God rest his soul, was a worse team than that yesterday. And they Airbridge should have probably beat them, but there was guys in that team that kept it going, mate, you know.
But there's three issues, right? We've got Lumen, Juve, can we get through? Is it going to lead us through a path further on? Even if we keep Wanyama or Hooper, there's no guarantee we're going to get past them, right? But that's sitting there like the elephant in the room. But then we've got the problem of the transfer window with Hooper and Wanyama. And if they're wanting to go, and if there's bids on the table, then we might as well do what we're set out to do, which is buy low, sell high, right? So take the money on the table. If you're sitting at a table and you've got 300 quid there, right, you can walk away, grab it all, or you know that if you wait for a wee while, the best you're going to get is 100, 150. So the new, just grab everything, take what we can get. If it means a case of losing Wanyama and Hooper, we're going to win the league, right? But then there's another thing that's sitting there that happened yesterday, and that is a problem that we've got that I think we can identify now that something is no right with the team. How can a team play Barcelona and raise its game and play the way they know, the way they can play, yet they turn off on various times, and that's the only way I think can explain it. Turn off. I stood there a few days after we beat the Mankey Mob at 2-0, and we couldn't beat Motherwell, or was it 3-0? 3-0. We beat the Mankey Mob, and then a week later we went to Motherwell and we couldn't beat them. And then Hamilton as well, and then at Inverness, and at Ross County. So it's certain games. So there's an endemic problem that's hitting here at Celtic that has to be coming for the manager, right? And how he puts his teams out at certain times, and how coming for the manager in a way, and then for the players. But I think how the manager sets up the team, and how how can it be possible to be so poor in so many games in various stages where they just like you were at the 2 games they played there previously, Stephen, right? And they played Hearts and Dundee United after the park. How can they turn the switch off again like that, and everyone collectively play shite? It's a phenomenon, is it not?
Well, as I say, Tommy, we're not the sort of fans that are going to go out and set in bins and fire after Hampden yesterday.
No.
I ended up doing the suicide to the after show party of parties, and obviously the second half with Tony Cassidy yesterday, it was great to see TC as usual. But the thing is, it's getting to the stage now where it's giving Scottish media ammunition, and Hampden's now a bogey ground. I mean, the League Cup's always been a bogey competition, right, which is fine. But at the end of the day, it'll see how it's a test for. Personally, I'd say it's a test for Neil Lennon to see how he comes back for this, because listen, I don't give a fuck if it's Larson, if it's Paul McStay. It's 11 strips out there, Tommy, and you're blessed and honoured to wear that strip. And any guy that's listening to this,
some of them out there don't seem that way, do they? That's the problem. At certain times, they seem that way. Why?
And obviously a lot, and it's not just the foreign players, mate. I'm not having a go at calling Jack Carlos a kickable. Sometimes foreign players get what Celtic is more than the guys who grew up. But let's be honest here. Neil Lennon, all right, we're at the end of the transfer window, and hopefully, whatever happens. If players come in, I'm sure players will go out, or if players go out, I'm sure players will come in. But for the love of God, and this may sound ridiculous, right? The most content I was ever as a Celtic fan was when Roy Keane sat in there in midfield, Tommy. And I know whatever the Clyde game was his first game, and that was cash and carry, whatever. But after that, mate, Celtic were just untouchable, because nobody done anything, because they knew Roy Keane was staying in there. The same way it was when Davy Hay played for Celtic, or the same way Bertie Auld played for Celtic. We've not got a Bertie Auld, we've not got a Davy Hay, we've not got a Roy Keane in that team. And I know people say, oh, Neil Lennon bossed a midfield. Neil Lennon couldn't boss a midfield like Roy Keane could. And I'll say, you're obviously a Liverpool fan as well, Tommy. I'll say, I used to say to the Scousers, Mancunians I worked with, the reason Manchester United won things is they had Roy Keane in their midfield, and Liverpool had Jamie Redknapp in it. If you're playing football with somebody tonight, and I'm the worst player in the world, mate, I might fit Charlie look like Zidane when I played. But if you've got somebody in your team you'll know that you can trust to put the fit in to get tore in, like Roy Aitken, even Tommy Dunn's got rest his soul. If anything wrong, if there's a bit of naughtiness going on, you knew Tommy Dunn's would be there about it. So when the tackles were flying about yesterday, and people saying, oh, Wanyama should be doing this, Wanyama's a young Kenyan boy. And obviously the refs, he knows now in Scotland, he's been in Scotland long enough to know the fact that if he tackles somebody the way he can tackle somebody, he's getting a booking for it, and he'll probably miss the final.
I know, you're making excuses for him, I know, but as you just say, it's a coincidence that he had his worst game when Ferguson possibly tapped him up, because the way I read into it, Lennon hooked him off, and is it no beyond the wit of man that is Ferguson's grabbing him the way he did with Liam Miller?
But
at an opportune time.
But listen, Ferguson came up, and obviously he's got the boy Zaha from Crystal Palace, and he's put him back on loan there. And they also, Newcastle came out today and said they've been sniffing about Zaha for a year, and obviously Man U went in and got him. But listen, he's got plenty of time in his contract. If Victor Stein, I hope to God he stays to the summer, but there's no player now, Tommy. We've got to be. What would we do if somebody comes in and gives us 15 million for Fraser Foster? Do we take it?
Aye.
And that's it,
Go to take it, but that's what I'm saying. We're in that position now where this is a model and we've got to follow it through. the problem that I've got is if you've got a player and he's not giving his all and it's causing us losing his competitions. So this is a bit that's getting in between, right? Wanyama and his contract, Hooper, but then the main thing is Celtic fans denied again, right, a chance to celebrate on St Paddy's Day, win the first part of a treble. Now, when we were suffering, right, and that mob was all over the place, they were hoovering it up like a junkie, snorting a bag of proper, you know what I mean? Like a mad coke kid, he would snort that up. A coke kid could snort a quarter up before you could say boo to a coo. And that's what the Mankey mob were doing with trophies. They were like, these bastards are dead. We're just going to win everything. And so these bastards are dead now, and we're not doing what they did to us. So the question has to be, hold on, right? Look at the cups we've lost. Now this is an endemic problem. How are we losing all these cups? What is Lenny doing wrong? Because since he's a manager, he's only won one league and one cup. And he's going to win maybe another league and he's got a chance at another cup. But who's to say he's not going to lose that cup? And again, so, how many is that? I mean, that's going to be four. If he didn't win this one, well, he's out of 3 trophies, 3 cups in 2 years, and he's got another one to go. Now that is a shocking statistic when you consider that the teams that we've lost it to haven't been the Mankey mob. And that is just beyond belief, mate. And that is a failing that as a Celtic manager that he's going to have to learn to either get better or he's going to have to, well, I don't know, mate. How can he change something like this, mate? Because it's a disaster. I mean, winning the league is one thing, playing against Barcelona, but no beating Diddy teams. I lose against Kilmarnock in the cup, beat a one off, or lose against Ross County, but this is a repeated failure from Neil Lennon to win one-off cup competitions. Why?
But Tommy, right, I mean, what you're saying, you've got to look at the hardest decision Neil Lennon made in his managerial career. Now, whether or not he was pushed from above to do it was obviously Alan Thompson leaving the club, right? And that's a big thing. You know, a fellow working colleague, a guy you've won matches with in Europe, and he's had to leave the club, and hope he's doing well. We've always got a lot of time for Tom, number 8. But Neil Lennon's in a position now where, for me, Celtic's got too many players who are great for the day. I mean, I agree, I'm going to mention his name, Charlie. Charlie's great, he's untouchable. I was doing it at Kilmarnock when we won the league and he was fantastic that day. We need consistency every game. You know, people go on about Lisbon Lions weren't that good. They won every trophy they played for that year with a squad half the size. And Rangers were still kicking them to bits, Tommy. And we never had the sports science we've got now. So all these people saying, and listen, it's arguably the best squad of Celtic football players I've ever seen. You know, the wealth and depth of the talent we've got. But it's a time now where it's a night in the long knives. People, whether some only sneak away quietly to other clubs or they go elsewhere. Guys who are only going to get a game should be moved on. And guys who maybe fringe players, maybe Neil Lennon will be sitting looking at a statistic board tonight saying, well, all these games we have played and he's done that and he's done that and he's done that. And there might be a wee chink saying that there's some games he's been unplayable, whatever player it's been, but there's been too many games I've not been. And that's because when the money comes in, Tommy, whether it be Hooper, whether it be any of the squad, when the squad goes, I'm sure John Hart's glossary or itinerary of players we've got, he'll know what we need, but we need, to me personally, we need a shouter, we need somebody, whatever it is, a centre half, a midfielder, we need somebody in there who's going to shout and bark and we're not going to get bullied. Because as a young team, let's not take it away from it, but we need somebody in there, mate. And listen, I know our hands are tied because we're not a kicking team ourselves, we're a good football playing team, but we need somebody in there who's cute, who can throw up and let them know we're there.
I hear you.
But so
moving on very quickly then to the impending. There's a tweet that's been out there. Did you see that? Or some crackpot was he's called Celtic Aranuko or whatever, some fucking halfwit. So excuse the language.
The 99-10 interview.
So what's the script then? What do you reckon? No, he's saying that he's been told by somebody from the the Lord Nimmo Smith thing that they're not going to get stripped of titles?
Well, I think he's also the one that was complaining about the Brian Laudrup being the club ambassador, the guy that sneaked away into the night so his wife could get a TV presenting job in London, and left the old manky mob in the lurch. She's going to be the club ambassador, you know. I mean, the only guy that's no brown back's Terry Hurlock, you know what I mean? Everybody else is backing the gang. But no, listen, there's what's going to happen is what's going to happen, Tommy, and we've just got to hope for the best, mate. You know, I'm not going to get my knickers in a twist. I'd like it put to bed in the fact where these guys, and they all know it right now, some of them might be, I know a lot of them are stupid and didn't know what's going on, but the bigger problems are who signed the documentation, who allowed this to happen, you know. But we had the administrators working for Rangers at the time who are now president of the SFA. You know, it is a big thing. So you don't know. It might come out. It might come out what happens in Campbell. We might resign and say, right, I'm retiring for the game. You know, I've got Scotland to manage and whatever else is happening, and you'll go into the night. But you look at them, I mean, just to go totally off tangent, Tom, you look at this state of that National Stadium yesterday compared to what the Welsh have got down in Cardiff and obviously Wembley and stuff. I mean, that is like the cash and carry San Siro that at Hampden, mate, innit?
It's a joke, mate. A joke compared to what's in Wales, what's in Wembley, and what's in Ireland as well. You know what I mean? They're lovely stadiums. One of mine I've not been to is the Welsh one, but I've seen it on TV, like everywhere. It's a pitch, mate. There's no good view. I mean, no matter where you start. I mean, even the new stadium, the new stand that they built. I mean, for the money they paid, I thought they could have got a whole new stadium for that. But anywhere in the old bit of the stadium, if you're down low, then the pitch view is just shocking. If you're in the middle, it's just you're still massively far away, but you've not got the benefit of being a wee bit elevated. You're still and then you get far back. You've got the elevation, but if the ball's at the other end of the pitch, binoculars don't even work. I mean, a Hubble telescope would go down well if you could get a Hubble telescope to see the other end. If you're standing right at the back, and it's the worst. I don't know. There's one bit I've never had a ticket for. I'm just thinking, and that's in the halfway line or on the other side. Because I'm always in the corner. I'm always at the side, and I've been in the time. I've never had a ticket at the old side halfway up. I don't know what that's like. I suppose maybe that's a bit better. But I always seem to be either right down at the bottom of the front or right away up at the back on the corner, and it's just you're like sitting there going like, what is the point of coming? I mean, apart from sitting along Celtic fans and you're going there, the only reason you go there for the games is just to be there for the celebration, the party. It's not to see any of the action, to enjoy the game, because you can't enjoy it and you can't see the action. What is the fucking point? Demolish that fucking stadium and just restart again. Would you think?
I would think maybe controversial here. I think the power base of Glasgow being the hotbed of obviously the government tax dodgers dying, that the terminology, the old firms died now, and this league reconstructing. It's the good point is it means that all the clubs are getting a wee bit more representation now, and they're not going to feel, because obviously as a Celtic fan we feel aggrieved in what happens, but at the end of the day we were still one of the big two, and we sort of had a ruling effect on what happened in the game, even though the SFA would dictate what we were allowed to do, etc. But smaller clubs obviously felt more aggrieved, and they were the forgotten people up in Aberdeen and Dundee, etc., apart from the Ferguson McLean areas. But what I think we should do is, maybe we should just flatten Hampden and get rid of it. Go to Murrayfield, eat humble pie, countries in recession, put another 20,000 into Murrayfield, everything the carpet. You know, the sports, rugby's not played that often. Murrayfield's a great stadium. It's the capital city. You should have your national stadium where the capital is. Hampden should be turned into a housing estate. The money should be given to build sporting areas like the one they've got at Tory Glen, the indoor arena, all around Scotland, and the kids should play football for free. And that's how the game will develop in Scotland.
It's never going to happen because it's too sensible. But the fact that they're bringing in they're going to announce it soon, where 13 countries, but only one country, or only one venue in each country, and it's going to be for, is it the 2020 European Championships? So that's going to be a bundle of laughs. Who's going to get the one venue? Is it going to be us? Is it going to be the Mankey Mob? Or is it going to be...
No, I think it's down to... It'll be down to UEFA rating, and I think the only thing that lets us down is the standard of our dressing rooms.
For dressing rooms?
Whether it be a size. My brother used to work at all three stadiums doing like building work. Sneaking into Paradise a few times. He done that. He done the trophy room at Ibrox. The shame on him, the scamp. But no, as I say, I think that's the only thing that delays it. Whether or not that would make a difference, Tommy. If it's not a Champions League game, I don't know. Not with that, mate. But
a lot of the stuff at Celtic Park with the Champions League, they put cabins and that outside today. The corporate, I mean that bit, they really, if they were to upgrade it, they need to really upgrade the front bit, and the whole lot would be fully corporate. That would be the bit that Celtic would benefit. The front fascia bit, because there's not a lot you could do with the limited space that they've got there. They would have to just redevelop it and then put in something special. That would make it incomplete. Do you think that will ever happen?
I don't know, Tommy. I mean, as I say, I think Celtic Park, the way it is now, it's like a remnant of the Cold War, whereas we used to play the Mankey Mob now, and they're not in town now, thank goodness. But you know, it's all right. We can fill the game for a Champions League night, etc. But it's not. We've got to cut the crap period and admit it's just too expensive, Tommy. You know, gone are the days my old man used to take me and my two brothers now. I mean, I go to park, keep myself and I like a coffee or a Danish pastry or whatever heading into the ground, and I sort of look at guys going, my God, he's got 2 kids, 3 kids or whatever, and the kids all want their Coke and crisps and their sweets and their pies and their baubles, etc. And you know, football used to just be a spur of the moment, 2 o'clock on a Saturday and get the 46 for Castlemilk down to Paradise. But, you know, if you go now, it's a military operation, mate, you know.
So the only way forward, I mean, we've got to go with the measures of the Germans and reduce the cost for the ordinary day fans, turn up at the door and pay 4 or 5 quid and let the kids in free, and an adult pays a £5. They would fill Celtic Park up like a shop, wouldn't they? Then the ordinary man would be able to come in for a £5, and for that you would get a Mars bar and a drink.
Well, I mean, I think I'd like to see, to go back to it, I would like to see the stadium being, as the South Stand, being redeveloped, called the Jimmy McGrory Stand, and then with the extra money you'd make out of corporate, you know, the glass boxes or whatever they've done, like they've done at the Arsenal's new ground, hopefully that would compensate being able to offer punters cheaper seats. So the cheaper you get, the cheaper you make it, the more people will go, and it's a better atmosphere for the corporate people. And obviously, I mean, a fair play. I know I slag Celtic after the time for various options, but you know, hopefully they're listening with the B. Frank Maley doing the catering thing, and the thing being sent out to season ticket holders, and what would you like? And I've put down obviously food being better, and I've put down about the standing area for fans who want it. You know, it's. I mean, I was down in the terrace a few years ago, Tommy, in a Weymouth Wrexham game. I was on the terrace and 400 Wrexham fans bouncing about inflatables, having a laugh, inflatable sheep everywhere. One 60-year-old steward keeping an eye on them, no trouble, no pitch invasions. You know, it'd be very interesting. I think I said to some of the lads, it'd be very interesting how it would work out in Leeds United battle at the moment with Yorkshire Police about the policing bill, you know, and if Leeds were to win that, because I'd love to, if Celtic to me, they've never actually divvied up and showed me where their money goes for, to say X amount of your money goes to policing, X amount of your money goes to stewarding. You know, it's just a black hole. And listen, I know they pay fantastic wages to players and all that, and the season ticket money probably gets sucked up, and the club have to rely on other methods to keep the business afloat. But it'd be very interesting, mate, because, I mean, let's be honest, for the days of standing in the jungle, you know, all it's changed at Celtic Park is we've got seats now, we're treated like plebs, and the food's still shite.
It's a sanitised atmosphere. atmosphere at Select Park, and the way it's, if you don't get a full house, if you look at all the empty seats, and even with all the seats filled, there was games under Martin O'Neill, and the atmosphere, and prior to Martin O'Neill as well, when it was 60,000 for the Diddy teams in the league. Because as soon as we started getting spoiled by the Champions League, right, up to that point, I remember sitting at Select Park under John Barnes and Thingmy, and 60,000 each week would turn up to see us play against the Diddy teams without fail, right? So, but now, I mean, and the price of the season ticket has just been through the roof. But even then, sitting then when it was a full crowd, everybody was sanitised, and there wasn't much singing, and it was all, there's so much been lost from having a seated stadium. I mean, it is nice to obviously for people to be able to go along there and sit down, but what it's done is brought in and football has changed completely in that time. It's brought in a new, different breed of footballer who sits there waiting to be entertained. Where if you remember, come back, you went there and you entertained yourself and you jumped about like loonies, like you said there with the Wrexham and that. So you went there, entertained yourself, and then the periphery action, what broke out in the park was a bonus, because it was about the camaraderie of turning up with 5 of your mates, meeting another 10, 15 or whatever, and then just bouncing in there and then doing your own shit together. But now with the seated stadium, it's, you go one way, you go the other, and you meet up after it, and it's all, I don't know, I fell out with that, the way Celtic after, what was it, John Barnes, so I lasted about five, 6 seasons, and I've explained before, there was many aspects, but one of them was just the way I described it there, the way it wasn't the same, it wasn't the way the Celtic I knew, and you know, of going to support, and that's what I love last season, taking my wee lassie to the games away, because it's a kind of throwback, the away games with the camaraderie, with the sing-song, you know, and just having a laugh, you know, that's lost at home, and it's a sad thing. Do you think then, Stephen, that by having a section for standing up will sort it?
I think there's an organisation who they probably, and I got accused of doing the bruiser of being up their arse because I talk about them all the time, so I won't mention them, but everybody knows who they are. They're there every week and they play their drums, and it's the responsibility of everybody in that ground to make the atmosphere. You know, but they guys do it every week, and they make it. And I mean, we were doing it. Tommy, we were doing it Kilmarnock, and every Celtic fan in that ground was singing. That's what it should be like at Park Eden away every week, and it is away like that every week, because if you're at the away games, you know, you're doing it. It's like the old days sort of thing. But to me, it's just interesting. I said to the homeboys last week, we're talking about the Germans model. They're paying maybe €12 to get into the game. They'll probably get the best manager in the world, Pep Guardiola, or rated manager in the world, Pep Guardiola, going to Germany for 3 years. You know, that we're sort of, because we live next door to the EPL. I mean, there's a very, very interesting thing going on in England at the moment where the Liverpool fans and whatever are trying to get the season ticket, or the away fans ticket down to £20 a game. Have you seen that? Aye.
I heard something about that. Aye.
So they're trying to say, right, the maximum that you can pay for an away ticket is £20, just to try and border it. But so we're still paying Cold War prices. We're still playing. I mean, I don't know what was last known a week when he was at Celtic.
Say again?
What was last known a week when he was at Celtic?
I think the last bit was about 40, wasn't it?
Right, so we're not paying any of that now, are we?
And the season tickets haven't come down.
We're not paying Hartson, we're not paying Sutton, we're not paying Larson, Hartson, Sutton. Paul Lambert was paying down 30 grand.
But we're not getting, there's no 60,000 people walking through the turnstiles every day, every game now, and so you're losing all the merchandise, all the revenue with a 2/3 full stadium, and so they're subsidising, they're keeping the prices high to subsidise for wages, because what they go on is the amount of wages per how much you put in, and Celtic were quite well run compared to other ones when it was maybe like 50 pence or 60 pence or whatever every pound put in would go to players' wages, but other teams were higher, you know, especially in the, in the English Premier League.
Well, the club with the highest policing bill in Britain.
Aye, I know, I remember hearing that as well.
So you know, there's all sorts of seesaws, but no, I mean the other end, the way you're speculating, buying young and selling young and making money. You look at teams like AC Milan who spend a lot of money on medical things. There was an article the other day. They've got a French doctor, and he reckons he can expand a player's career by 3 or 4 years. And he said when Clarence Seedorf had a back injury, he had a look at him. They've got a big high tech system over there, and they took his tooth out, and that was him fixed. It was just a tooth he needed taken out, and the back injury vanished. So the way they done it, they get players at the end of their career, and they prolong them for 3 or 4 years. They do it the opposite of we do. And obviously, see Milan when Silvio Berlusconi owned them, were the powerhouse of European football, like Real Madrid at the time. They bought everybody at top prices, and they played them and they win things. So we'll wait and see, mate. You know, it's going to be. I think it's quite interesting that they'll wait the part. I mean, I know that gentleman, unfortunately, in the independent inquiry was involved in a car accident. I hope he's fighting fit again. So it'll be interesting to see what Nimmo Smith comes out with, mate. You know.
Indeed, indeed. I'm not doing any work tonight. This weather is just atrocious, isn't it? It's non-stop rain. I'm trading in for a boat. Do you know anybody wants to train a tinfoil covered Skoda for a tinfoil covered boat? This has got to be the way forward, mate. Boats and arcs have got to be the way forward for this fucking place. I'm telling you, it's a joke.
The last thing you want to be in the middle of this is on a boat, mate. Trust me.
What?
The last thing you want to be in the middle of this is in a boat. Trust me.
I know that, but it's just look at the state yet. I mean, it's a joke. Well, I need to do anybody know how to turn my motor into one of these amphibian things that you can go on the land and on the sea? I need something to do that, because they puddles out there are just frightening. It's just, I hate this rain. That's just a joke, mate. Snow, freezing, cold rain, mate. This is just the bleak winter, mate. This has got to be the most horrible. Anyway, a wee advertisement. Anybody want to go to Barcelona? El Clasico, 63 bangers still on a flight on the day before and the day after. Flying from Glasgow, Barcelona, El Clasico. Last chance to see Messi and co rub it into a little puta Mourinho. So there you go. Don't say I'm no good to you, and I can get you tickets for the game. Not a problemo. Anybody out there, dip your wick, because the parrot, he's turned me down. So anybody else want to join me, come out there. 63 bangers, a 2-day excursion into Barcelona. Nice sunshine weather, end of February, if you're not going to tune in.
My passport's got more stamps than a Castle Crovey one in the book, trust me.
It's no excuse, it's alright. Very offers out there to any other crackpot.
I'm saving up for Wembley, yes, Come on, you got to believe. We're going in May.
We've got no chance now, mate. The temporary custodians have sold us short.
What we're going to do is we're going to get a hovercraft at the Clyde, and I've got enough tickets to get I can navigate us down there. We just hug the coast and we sail in. Either that, I tell you what, if we leave we'll leave for the Fife, we'll get a cash and carry hovercraft, we'll sail up the Thames, park it up at old Belfast, and then we'll head out to the game.
We've got no chance, mate, at Wembley, mate. No chance. Who started all this? We're on the way to Wembley. Is that Green Brigade? They're tripping out their dial. Who started listening? We're going away to Wembley, mate. We've no chance at Wembley.
I tell you, you imagine we did get down there to the tickets will be like, I'm just going to sit in the house and watch it. I know you go to the Queen Vic with Alfie Moon.
And here, they turnstiles, they're brutal. There's no doubling up down there, mate. They turnstiles. You're giving me a chance of getting into Fort Knox, mate. You get me?
Well, actually, I've got a mate who lives across the road from Wembley, and part of the listen to this. This is how the English FA are, as a compensate for having your house, that obviously parking spaces inconvenienced, etc. What they do is they give you options on every event going to Wembley. Now you don't get cheaper tickets, but you're given the option. Here's what's happening this year. Bon Jovi's coming, Depeche Mode, European Champions League final. If you want tickets, tick the box. So he's a Japanese-Irish Chelsea fan, my wee mate Johnny the Jap. So if we make it down there, mate, they'll Parrot's good for 2 tickets.
Aye, well, I'm just hoping we play Barca then, because I've got a few irons in the fire then. But fuck no, mate. I don't know, mate. I'd love to see us doing it, mate. I'd love to see us, but the way we should look at it is the fact that we've got Juventus. This is our Champions League final, mate. That's where I look at it.
I can't believe you've no phone Jabba yet. You're on the fucking payroll, you scamp. What's going on there?
What do you mean phone them? Where'd they get a hold of him? How can I go? People saying phone them, phone. Give me numbers. People don't tell me to phone this person or that person. See the next person who says phone this person and don't supply a phone number. It's a pants down thrashing. How can I phone somebody? I'll phone anybody. Just give me a fucking number. How can I phone? Where's his number then? Give me his number and I'll phone him now.
I'll get his number, don't you worry. That and Lena Martell's.
Anybody else I call it an APB, an all points bulletin. Get me numbers of some people. I mean, what can I do? The phone trainer. I'll get the rap machine out and we'll fire a big light in the sky and maybe trainer will see. Oh, there he's calling for me.
A big slice of succulent lamb, mate, and they'll be all over you.
I could have jumped out the motor and intercepted him just before he slithered into his he slithered into his Mercedes red convertible 61 plate. Can you believe it? He's driving about in a Mercedes convertible.
Where is he going? Who says the Scottish news industry? Well, saying that he's one of the guys that's helped basically put the Scottish journalism on its deathbed, and he's cutting about the Mercedes, mate, you know. It'll be interesting, but I mean, it's quite ironic to see what he's actually done since he's went into the job, because nothing's changed really. You know, they're getting carton blanche at Moonbeam Central. They can say what they want, and nobody's correcting them or pulling them up over it. So I don't know. You don't know if he's been told he's been employed by Charles Green, because let's be honest, they're not going to. When they said about the big tax case and all that coming out, the people were informed before it came out what was going to happen. You know, so you don't know if he's been employed to say that you're going to have to deal with the backlash of it. You know.
I was coming at the new, aye.
But as I say, mate, I mean, I know folk are they're suspicious and all that, but you know, when Juventus done their naughty stuff and they were relegated for various things, there's certain things that.
But hold on, that's what I want to talk about. Right, do you know what naughty stuff Juventus are meant to have done?
Well, I mean, there was allegedly bribing going on with referees and there was stuff like that, Tommy. You know what I mean?
But do you know that? But see, I've been meaning to pull people up on this because I remember reading a fanzine. I can't remember what it was, but I think it might have been Matt McGlone's one. There might have been another one, but it was on Juventus Ultras, and this is the only bit that I got my information from. But this was obviously an inside source. It was the Juventus fans who were suggesting it, and all is not as seems is what happened there in the club where Uncle Tom's where they accepted the punishment, the 1 year drop and the thing with, because at that time Juventus, Del Piero, they're the best team. They were a brilliant team, and then all of a sudden they were kicked out of Europe. Milan won it the year after, but Juventus were the better team. I was at a week after Celtic played in Seville. I went down to Manchester and saw Juve against Milan. Juventus were a good team, and they were struck down, right, by a cabal. And it's always cabals when I'm talking about it. No, but it was what do you call it? Was it Massimo? I can't remember his name. Maratti, is it Maratti? Fucking.
Maratti, yeah, the owner who won Fiat cars, yeah. He
was also a director of it was a carve up by the two Milan clubs. So you've got Berlusconi, the Prime Minister, and you've got the Inter Milan, who was also a director of the Italian phone company. And the bugging of the phones, basically everybody was at it, right? It was a case of, who was it I was speaking to, the Lance Armstrong. If everybody in the field is part of the doping structure, then how can you really say to somebody like Lance Armstrong, well, hold on, you're a doping cheat, when everybody else was doping? I mean, if that was the case, if everybody's, then you've got an even playing field, you know. But what happened with Sevco was different because there wasn't an even playing field. But from what I can see at Italy, they were all at it. But what happened was that Juve got held out to dry, got hung out to dry, because if you remember, in that year when we played in the last 16 at Milan, and when those bastards won it, they were kicked out of that tournament because of the same fucking scandal. They were demoted and they were kicked out exactly the same way as Juve, but they get back, and it was a whole set-up, because what happened from that point into Milan siphoned off all the great players, or some of the great players from Juve, built their team around them, was it Cannavaro, whoever, and started winning it was Adriano, Cannavaro, whatever, some of the good players from that Juve team, and started building their legacy, or their winning ways on the back of the damage it did to Juve. So I don't think everything's as it seems on that side.
Yeah, but I mean, see what you've seen in Juventus, though, Tom. I mean, I don't know what everybody's. And listen, I mean, they're obviously a good team, you know. All Italian teams are good, but you know, they've won the European Cup the same amount of times as Nottingham Forest. You know, they're no this. But all right, I mean, I know they're like the Dallas Cowboys or whatever you want to call them, the super team, the old lady. But I mean, obviously the thing you're talking about, the week after Seville, I was sitting in Lake Garda in Italy, in a town called Lamoni, watching it, and I sort of get my map out and I'm like, right, I'm closer to everybody will be walking about in Juve scarves, and everybody was Milan gear, and I went, oh no, need to like Juventus unless you're a Juventus fan. There's, you know, during all these stab folk and all that, so nobody liked them. So, no, do you know what? If you ever go to Celtic Park, the only positive I'll take about tomorrow is, well, yesterday, Tommy, is we hope, for the love of God, we can't play as bad against guys who wear black and white strips again for the rest of the season, whether it be Juve at Parkhead and then Juve and mate, you know, and we're just going to keep it going, pal. So, as long as the adventure goes on, mate, I'm enjoying it. You know, I mean, for me, we had to get Moscow was a clinch game for me. We beat them and we're into the last 17, because if we hadn't, as I said to you before, the Barcelona game, although as magical as it was after the night after the 1-2-5 service both of us were lucky enough to be at, it'd have just been like a novelty friendly game if we hadn't get through yet. So, well, fingers crossed, mate. There's a few days in the transfer window. I just hope it's sensible business that's done. You know, it's not going to be last minute stuff and people's getting dragged in, and we're not going to see Robbie Keane getting rolled out in a private jet at 10 o'clock at night or something, you know.
How no? Get it happening, get Robbie over, fly him over, get Concord back there and get Robbie flying in.
You look at Sky Sports today though, and they've got Harry Redknapp on him, basically beat that West Brom striker, and basically he's putting in transfer requests, and the boy Danny Graham now, who up to 2 days ago was over the meant to be at Swansea, now he's come out and said he's wanting to move for family reasons. He's for Gateshead, obviously just south of the Tyne in Newcastle, and he grew up a Newcastle fan, and all of a sudden he's going to sign for Sunderland. So it's crazy, mate. The problem is, Tommy, everybody our age and a wee bit younger, we're romantics with football. We only see the good side of football, and at the end of the day, maybe 15 years ago, when you had guys like Paul McStay kicking a ball, and these were guys that had to be cute in how they earned it, because when they turned 33, 34, if they didn't get into coaching, that was them grounded on a beach. Whereas a boy like that, Saha now, who signed for Man United, he doesn't have to work again for the rest of his life, so the motivation's gone, Tommy, you know. So we've got to look at football players being 4x4 driving, tattooed, Nando munching mercenaries, mate, which the majority of them are.
Or as I saw that wee hooper when I asked him to sign the jersey for my mate, and then who was sitting beside him, wee Commons, and then he wheel spinned it away like a wee trumpet in his wee Bentley. Get him to feck. Get rid of him. He's overpaid prima donnas, mate. They've killed football, mate. They wear the Celtic jersey, mate, and they take all the money of the hard-earned ordinary fan, mate. I'm sick of it, mate. If truth be told, these overpaid, pompous stars taking all the hard-earned money, get them. What we should be paying is £250 a week to just normal boys, and as soon as they get to 20, 21, sell them. It might take us 5-10 years, but we would maybe get to the Champions League on 19, 20-year-old Scottish and Irish boys, and then all the money, see the stuff that you were saying there, we pay £1 or £2 to get into the game. Can we not get back to that level? 11 Scottish boys for 30 yards winning the European Cup. Can we not try and recreate it?
And can I just, before I go, mate, can I just be selfish and give a wee shout out to... And listen, I started after this guy. I didn't like him, but he's my brother's favourite player, and he does the day Skype or Facebook or Twitter or anything like that. The great Mo Bangura. I waited for a year, banished the Sheriffs off after that world-class strike against the team that Tony Watt didn't know anything about. So, wee bit of Sheriff love for the parrot before I go, pal.
Mo Bangura. Alright, bro, I'll let you go.
Alright, Harry Krishna, good chat.
Keep after Mellow Birds, keep it real, keep after Mellow Birds, don't get too hyper.
I'm just going to win the New Year scamp, and then I'm going to get Jabber iPhone. I'll talk to you later, you scamp.
Get us some numbers then, Jabber. Right, catch you. Right, he's banned. He's banned. I'm not talking to him again. He's banned for the show. He comes on here talking full juice and gibberish. He gets me under a false pretense. I was going to go and phone the Dalai Lama earlier on. I was about to get the number out for the old Queen. He's put me right off my stride tonight. Look at that. It's now 1:45. He's away slooping after get a Mellow Birds, and I'm sitting here in a freezing tinfoil covered Skoda talking to you fans eaters. What's going down here? Chris Smith? I'm going to go and read. Chris Smith on my board here has just put in a thesis. You put in a thesis there, Chris. I'm away to read that. Right, and we're coming straight out of Compton when we come back after this wee break. Right, we're taking a break. I'm away to put the heating on. I'm away to get warmed up. I'm away for a wee heat. A wee heat. I'm away to get warmed up. I'm sitting here frozen to the bone marrow, waiting for the Lord Nimmo Smith case. Crackpot McDougall time. I'm going to have to get out my wee camping gas stove here and put another shrimp on the barbie. Hold it down the lockdown. Are you out there? Anybody out there? Tell 10 to tell 10. It's Crackpot McDougall time on the airwaves, and we'll be back in 5.
You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
Street knowledge. Let's go.
Straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. From the gang called niggas with attitudes. When I'm called off, I got a sawed off. Squeeze the trigger and bodies are hauled off. You too, boy, if you fuck with me. The police are gonna have to come and get me off your ass. That's how I'm going out. For the punk motherfuckers that's showing out. Niggas want the mumble, they wanna rumble. Mix them and cook them in a pot like gumbo. Going off on the motherfucker like that. With a gat that's pointed at your ass. So give it up smooth. Ain't no telling when I'm down for a jack move. Here's a murder rap to keep ya dancing. With a crime record like Charles Manson. AK-47 is a tool. Don't make me act a motherfucking fool. Me and you can go toe to toe, no mate. I'm knocking niggas out the box daily. Yo, weekly, monthly, and yearly. Until them dumb motherfuckers see clearly that I'm down with the capital CBT. Boy, you can't fuck with me. So when I'm in your neighborhood, you better duck. Cause Ice Cube is crazy as fuck. As I leave, believe I'm starving. But when I come back, boy, I'm coming straight out of Compton.
What's up? Tell them where you from.
Straight out of Compton. another crazy ass nigga. When punks I smoke, yo, my rep gets bigger. I'm a bad motherfucker and you know this, but the pussy ass niggas won't show this. But I don't give a fuck, I'ma make my snaps. If not from the records, from jacking a crotch, it's like burglary. The definition is jacking, but when illegally armed, it's called packing. Shoot a motherfucker in a minute. I find a good piece of pussy and go offend it. So if you had a show in the front row, I'ma call you a bitch or a dirty ass hoe. You probably get mad like a bitch is supposed to, but that shows me slut joke and pose to a crazy motherfucker from the street. Attitude legit, cause I'm tearing up shit. MC Ran controls are automatic. For any dumb motherfucker, it starts static. Not a right hand, cause I'm the hand itself. Every time I pull an AK off the shelf, the security is maximum, and that's a law. R-E-N spells red, but I'm wrong. See, cause I'm the motherfucking villain. The definition is clear, you're the witness of a killing that's taking place without a clue. And once you're on the scope, your ass is through. Look, you might take it as a trip, but a nigga like Ren is on the gangster tip, straight out of Compton. Compton. Compton.
Easy as his name and the boys coming.
Straight out of Compton is a brother that'll smother your mother and make your sister think I love her. Dangerous motherfucker raising hell, and if I ever get caught, I make bail. See, I don't give a fuck. That's the problem. I see a motherfucking cop, I don't dodge him, but I'm smart, lay low, breathe a while. And when I see a punk pass, I smile. To me, it's kind of funny. The attitude show a nigga driving, but don't know where the fuck he going, just rolling, looking for the one they call easy. But here's a flash that never sees me, ruthless. Never seen like a shadow in the dark. It's up when I unload. You see a spark and jump over hesitation, and hear the scream of the one who got the lead penetration. Feel a little gust of wind and I'm jetting. Believe a memory, no one will be forgetting. So what about the bitch who got shot? Fucker, you think I give a damn about a bitch? I ain't a sucker. This is an autobiography of the E, and if you ever fuck with me, you get taken by a stupid dope brother who will smother. Word to the motherfucker, straight out of Compton. Compton.
That's the way it goes in the city of Compton, boy.
Yeah, we're straight out of Compton here, straight into Glasgow, Crackpot McDougall style, eh? And we're sitting here in the tinfoil cupboard Skoda, we've put the heating on, but it's still frozen here. And turn that down, let's get down here. Oh, it's broke now, I can't get this put down. What's happening? The heating's coming through. Turn it off. It's jammed! It's jammed again! Fuck! Get in, you bastard! Shit. Fucking. Oh, that's it. Busted it. You've busted my heater, you bastards. Fucking heckin'. Let's come down again. That's better, right. Right, we're on the. I didn't want to on that. Aye, that's right, that's right. Right, I thought I was broke, girl. Right, we're on it now, we're live. Live with a crackpot, 88 minutes in. 88 minutes and 44 lovely minutes here. Beautiful. Right. Right, hello. Right, here we go, let's see, right. Right, there we go. So, I've jumped to, I've got my wee hat on now, got my sailor hat, we've got my jumper. We're now wrapped up, we've got the heating on, we're getting nice and warm here. So we're in a lockdown, we're in for 90 minutes here, 90-minute lockdown so far. We're holding it down, and we'll read here, big shout out to 3 big Tims in Carlisle, Niall, Connor and Kieran, hail hail. Yes, only if they pick up the phone and phone me just now on 0141 416 1888. If you're a brain dead zombie from another planet, ha ha ha, here's a number for you. I'll read it out slowly because of your harder thinking and slow up study. It's 0 2 0 3 2 9 0 16 90. Couldn't make it any easier for you, you brain dead bastards. Anyway, for any Celtic fans straight out of Compton, you can get me on 001 310 668 1916. Just do a one ring sting, and we can phone you straight back. Tell 10 to tell 10, retweet to retweet. Right. Let's see what we've got here, hold on. I'm going to take another wee break for another tune, because that last break there was, I did nothing. I just sat there and chilled out and tried to get warm. And now finally the motor is heating up it's finally heating up now. It's finally getting a wee heat here. When it's not as cold as it has been, to be honest, but I was underprepared there for the weather, rather underprepared. No Celtic but no warm jacket. So, and I should have uploaded these tunes earlier on here. We're sitting here using a free internet Wi-Fi, You can't whack it, free internet Wi-Fi to the max. Bringing you this live show here, and we've got an exclusive there. The parrot was saying how we're going to maybe find that Hearts are getting kicked out. Could Hearts be kicked out for fielding an ineligible player? What ineligible player did they field? You couldn't make it up. Danny Wilson. The old Sevco crackpot could help get the Jam Tarts kicked out. Oh, please goodness, yes, that would be very good. That'd be beautiful, that. They can't. They'll come up with a loophole, surely. Mad Vlad. How mad would old Vlad be if that happened? I think he would just declare one Scotland for Lithuania, wouldn't he? He'd pull out Hearts for Scottish football. He'd dismantle Gorgie into flats and start Hearts in the Lithuanian Bundesliga, the bottom league. Yes, flats, glorious flats. I mean, what a day. The Celtic players, what they denied. We had a chance to go to St Paddy's Day to turn up against the diet zombies. The half-dead zombies. I can't remember a time when we've played them in a final. Have anybody got a memory when we played them, they bastards in a final? Semi-final. Aye, but final. Anybody got a memory of a final against them? Those stupid bastard players. They denied a St Patrick's Day final against the Diet Zombies. What part of the programme are they on? Yes, we ourselves call it a Diddy Cup, but it's our Diddy Cup to call it a Diddy Cup. We don't want Diddy players falling at the last hurdle against another Diddy team. We want us to be the king of the Diddies for the Diddy Nation of Europe. Can we not do the treble for the Diddy Nation? Is it too much to ask for a treble for the Diddy Nation? With a hard-pressed put-upon club who's had to fight against the establishment in every single level, the fourth estate, the third estate, the second estate, the first estate, every kind of estate, we've been fighting against it. And now that these stupid feckers are dead and buried, and we're shooting ourselves in the foot. We can't beat a Diddy team and lift a Diddy Cup in Scotland when these stupid Diddies for the south side are fecked. Come on, Lenny. Give these crackpots a slap about. If you need me to come up to Lennoxtown, you know I know the way. I'll be straight up there and I'll grab him by the homos and I'll say, here you, Postal Fleet, we'll steal Merlin the Sannies off your feet. Clear out the dead wood. Get Tomboy fae Central Coast Mariners. Get him on there, Tom Rogney. Get him on. Get your mad Rami crackpot for the Israeli Defence League. Get him out. Get the Israeli Defence Force boy on that pitch. Let's see what he can cause. Get rid of the dead wood. Sell high. If in their infinite wisdom they think like me that this is the Champions League final against Juve, then sell now, take the money, cash it out, and then with that money, bank it, the money with Juve, bank it. We've reached a level we were never going to get to the last 8, were we? Were we really? Are we selling ourselves short? I'm just being a devil's advocate. Give me a call if you think I'm a Fangita talking shite. We can turn this off now, we're now suitably warmed. Listen to that out there. That's just a bus. How am I yelled? What a filthy, horrible, miserable night. If you have left the UK, you jammy bastards, wherever yous are, we've got a miserable, filthy, wet-ridden, rotten night. The only thing that's keeping me going, I got a lovely little pre-packaged curry out a lovely bakery in Govanhill. I just need to go and get myself some naan bread, and that little snack will feed my cockles and my heart later on. A nice wee warm Ruby Murray. Anybody tried Yadgar over in Govanhill? Yadgar, oft. Keema curry with potatoes. That's my favourite out there. With a couple of roti. But there's many other lovely spinach and chicken in the bone. Lamb in the bone in there. Oh. Lamb curry. If anything in that place, just tell them, take it or leave it. Just get it on a plate, get a bit of roti on it, mash it up, get it going down there. Kenny Wacky, Ruby Money. Right, what's going down here? Yous want to calm down, you bunch of crackpots with these messages? Calm down. There's too many for me to read here now. 15. Where's Ken down? Hare Krishna, are you bailing out, Stephen? You're shocking. Right, I'm reading some of these, right. Yeah, ban only, and let's see. Oh, where's it going? I lost it. Oh, can I scroll? What have you done? Here, let's get down. Scroll up, yeah, bass. Scroll up, scroll, yeah. Control. Look at this, I get it. Scroll it up. No scrolling up. These are crackpots. Too many messages, let's see. Yes, there we go. That's been done. Oban, get your show on the road. Get my show on the road, come up to Oban. Give us a call for Oban then. He's a call for Oban. Don't be tempting us with a nice scenic Oban. Give us a call for Oban. Don't be shy, give it a try. Don't walk on by. It's no letting me pull it up. I can't pull it up. Where's it down here? You still there, crackpots? Iceland economy recovering because they are tackling corrupt bankers. UK economy sinking because we pander to the city. Well said, that man. Well said, Nat, man. Right, I'm going to Twitter. I'm going to surf the Twitter at it, see what's going down here, see what's happening. People are walking past. I'm just looking at people walking down the road here, soaking, sodden. Right, let's see. Here we go. Richard Wilson. Ryan, Mr. Scorching. Tommy, we can't win all the time, mate. Bad day at the office, it happens. Thank God it's not the Scottish or European Cup. Now, listen, I hear what you're saying there. I hear entirely what you're saying. Hold on, I'll just put into the Celtic network here. I hear entirely what you're saying there. And for so long, I've been willing to give them the benefit of the doubt. For so long. But there comes a time when it's not a fool that makes mistakes, it's a fool that didn't learn from a mistake, and we're not learning from these same mistakes. Like the parrot said, we've not got somebody there in the Roy Aitken, the Roy Keane, ready in the last 20 minutes, half an hour if it's going against us, to go around and grab every player by the proverbial throat and have them up by a proverbial wall, ready to kick them in the haw maws. But he doesn't have to do that on the pitch, because he does it off the pitch, shows that every single one of them on the pitch knows that if they get off that pitch and they're not able to look their captain and that man in the eye and say we gave 100%, then they're done for, because he'll just knock them right out and they'll probably never play another game for under Man United. Ferguson would see what would happen and the player would be set on. Now that's the kind of attitude and player that we need in that place there, that the captain is just going to go in there and just stick the nut right in him. Just take him out with a wooden clout. Don't need a manager, you need a captain who can see it, and without the manager knowing, and the manager just going, look, sort him out, then he just walks in there, oomph, take that, you fucker. You waste my time, you come in here and piss about. These fans came here in the filthy soaking rain and cold to sit here and watch us play like fucking turnips. Not a chance. I hear what you're saying, a one-off, once a time, but it's too much and too many times this season. If you can do it against Barca, and I've been here as the biggest defender against anything that we've done wrong, but surely there comes a point, and when you see like this, then it's just people no giving a shit about it. That's the bottom line. If they give a shit about it, try. If you lose a game, if you win, lose or draw, aye, but it's got to be at least turning up and trying. And I've seen people in times before when I've defended it and tried to be all the romantic Celtic side, I've made bringing that to the fore, trying to not be negative. To be honest, I've not seen much of the games, or the game at the time, so I'm having to say, oh well, you know, try to err on the side of positive. But having seen the majority of that game yesterday, some of the players weren't trying. Right, I'm just on here, I've opened up. Right, anybody want to phone me, give me a phone, 0141. Remember John Brown talking hunters of pish on the Ibrox decks, good times. Raymie, 1979, the old Twitter. Richard Wilson. Richard, I'm going to give you a call. If you're there, Richard, give us a call. I'll phone you back. What's this? Let's see, I'm just going in here. I'm just taking this off of the Celtic network. Hold on, there's a clip here. I'm downloading. I think there's a clip I can download. Charlie Richmond. Tired ref, 2 weeks. Breaks ranks on SFA. What is this? Where have I got this from? Who sent this through? Click to play. I don't want to play, I want to download it. How can I download it? Link, email, WordPress, widget, code. No, I want to download it. No time we can download it. So I'll have to play it by ears. Scottish Football Podcast. Oh, the man for last year. So man for last year, right, so who's posted this year, what's going down? Right, so this is for Richard Wills and he's posted this. Right, so yeah, so that was last season, that was last year. Yeah, walked away for reason, hence strongly reasons above, it needs to listen to in order to the date going forward. If a man was lying on the line, Charlie was here. A friend had this recorder from the day he was on, and already knew why he'd chucked it before listening to this. If you listen to the recording, you'll see he's hinting heavily at a certain wink wink, nudge nudge. The story I've heard from an ex-graded referee, he was highly graded, was that Charlie left for a few reasons. He said it in the recording about, I can't name names and I know why. He knows things that could get the referee and association into a lot of trouble. The story I heard is the referee association in Scotland is very corrupt. Only in the last month have we seen Andrew Dallas, 29 years old, being fast-tracked to the very top and quicker than others. There are many graded refs out there who hate the way the refs association structure things, and rightly so. It's a job for the boys associations. The word gossip I heard was refs in certain positions were being asked to give ex-XPL club Rangers favours. Many Celtic fans were told they were paranoid, but there were many videos out there showing how biased the referees are and do give Celtic nothing and give Rangers good calls. 2 videos I found. Yeah. Yeah, I took the card off the envelope as his punishment. I could turn this blog into a book. I have much information to share, but just go to Google and see for yourself. We are not paranoid Celtic fans. We never have been throughout the decades. We have been cheated and still are. There was a game a few weeks ago I blogged about this a while back for Celtic Network. This blog and speaking to other refs I know made me do this blog. Someone has to speak up. If we are being cheated by the men in black, then it has to stop. We need to ask the questions. We need to show proof in blogs like this. We need to keep asking the questions. We waste our time going on to Radio Clyde. We must use every Celtic media outlet to expose us, and we need to do it together. As I say, we are not paranoid. We have been cheated. I had to be very careful for my choice of words here, but I hope I have did what the Charlie Richmond did and opened up debate. A debate that is needed. I will say it again. We are not paranoid. This gossip is true. Willie Collum and the penalty he gave not looking. And I've just got a picture here of Kirk Broadfoot falling. Willie Collum not able to see but giving a penalty. Picture of that dirty bastard Ian Brines bent over lecturing to Neil Lennon. That was a game at the Bigot Dome when he gets sent to the stand. It's just a joke, isn't it? Right, oh, nice wee thing was that. I know. Right, so there we go. Celtic Network by Blogger. Well, we brought that to you, and he's right. So anybody get any referees numbers, any ex-referees, any whistleblowers? Willie for Simonton, any ex-whistleblowers? Chris Smith, spot mate, they had more fight and heart than us, happening too often for my liking. These football playing mercenaries need to be reminded. They are living thousands of folks' dreams. They are. And they don't realise that. They're taking shed loads of money. And they don't realise it. When I saw that wee arrogant bastard Hooper driving away like that, I saw it in his eyes. He looked down on people like me, disdain. He looks down on people like us. He's just been, cannon fodder. He thinks he has something in his wee Bentley. Fuck him. Fuck him and every Celtic player who patronise or look down at Celtic fans. We're the lifeblood of our club. It's our club. They're temporary employees. They'll be gone soon enough. And another overpaid mercenary will be hero worshipped with the greatest fans in the world. We can take part on it on whatever level we choose. We can go the whole hog, go to every game, take our kids there, or we can just stand back and watch it from afar and say, well, I'm a fan. I'm not an uber supporter going everywhere. I'll always love Celtic. But there's certain problems at Celtic that have to be addressed. Are we just customers? Are we just consumers? Are we just useless pieces of fodder that can be patronised or treated in any way, shape or form? Are we being listened to? Are we getting proper food when we turn up at Celtic Park? Soggy chips, burnt pizzas, flat, juice. Is the product on the park suitable? Is the empty stands any good? Is the atmosphere any good? All these things. Is the chairman any good? Is the manager any good? Are you out there listening any good? Am I any good? Are we any good as Celtic fans? Are we the best fans? We're not the worst. We live in a city with the worst. Of course we do. And when you live in a city with the worst, then well, that makes us look like the best. But we can't be too arrogant about it. Booing the team? No, it's not for me. Support your team? Yeah, that's for me. Criticise your team? It's different from booing. Every right to criticise, to want something better. Constructive criticism, now that's good. Can it be done by many people? Sadly not. I've tried to give you constructive criticism of Celtic. Try to play the old shyster's advocate, the devil's advocate. I don't know how to say it, but there's no other way of saying it. Should we sell Hooper? Should we keep him? My personal opinion, he's a good player. We couldn't get anybody else in better before the deadline, I don't think. Whatever we get, unless even we pay that money back for someone else, should we do that? Jordan Rhodes, what age is he? 20, 21? What was he going for? 7 million? Should we take the 8 million for Hooper and just go and pay 8 million to Jordan Rhodes? Because if Jordan Rhodes is worth that at 20, then what's he going to be at 24? 4 years of him? Are we ever going to make any more money on him? Probably not. So we're better going for a couple of million. That's when the money's to be made. Couple of £1 million player. Sell him 8, 9, 10 million. Take that every day of the week. Only if we can win the Diddy Cup on Paddy's Day, the Scottish Cup, and the league, a wee treble. So now we can't do it. So a wee double. Can we get a wee double? Can we cement a lovely year? Last 16, last 8 of the Champions League even, dare I say it? With a last, a double, you know, a wee double. Can we do a double please? A double with last 8. We beat Juventus in a great game, home and away, and then we go and play Barca. Aye, play Barca again then in the last 8. Could we take a glorious failure against Barca? No, we'd want to beat the bastards, wouldn't we? Of course we would. Right. Any chance Johnny Cash up? Tony what? But you always KTF, Tommy, was that? What you saying, Ernie boy? What you saying, Ernie? What you saying about it? Hit me with your rhythm stick. Do you know what? We missed a trick. There's a lovely tune out there, one of the loveliest tunes out there. It's no sung but us. Can we no steal it? Billy Noel, can you change the lyrics somewhere for this wee tune? It's not our tune, it's another football team's tune, but they do play in green. Can we maybe adapt this? Instead of having Sunshine on Leaf, can we maybe have Sunshine in Parkhead for a change?
My heart was broken. My heart was broken. Sorrow, 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 sorrow. My heart was broken. My heart was broken. You saw it. You claimed it, you touched it, you saved it. My tears are drying, my tears are drying. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. My tears are drying. My tears are drying. Your beauty and kindness made tears clear my blindness. While I'm worth my room on this earth, I will be sunshine on me. I'll thank him for his work in your birth and my birth. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
technique. Revolutionary Volume 2. Yeah. Broadcasting live from Harlem, New York. Let the truth be known. You better watch what the fuck flies out of your mouth, or I'ma hijack a plane and fly it into your house.
Cut, enough of this violent shit. There we go, sunshine and leaf. Sunshine and Parkhead. Have we got any sunshine out there? Yes, I've reclined. I'm chillaxed to the max here. Oh yes. Yeah, that's, oh my god, I put this back too much. Right, oh, it's lovely. I'm almost in bed here, sleeping just. Right, oh, it's lovely. Life's comforts there. Just chilled it here. My wee bonnet on, my tinfoil covered Skoda, and on air. Chaz, who was that? Chris, right, hold on, what are you saying? Chris, you put a question. Give us that again, because I tried to scroll back and I lost it, Chris. Give us that message again. Give us that message again. Mike, supporting the hoops, as the song says, is it a blessing or a curse? Seems like both to me, it is as well. Is Hampden too big for us? Oh, it's not too big for us. Not too big for us. Right. Big shout out to my uncle. Sadly, he hung himself on the night the Manky mob get knocked out against Kaunas. His funeral was in Leith. Sorry to share that sad bit of information there. But the lyrics there. Worth your place on this earth. Every single person out there is worth their place in this earth. Every single person. Even the brain dead zombies, they're worth their place in this earth. They're worth their weight in gold. Just think, if it wasn't for the brain dead zombies, how else would we have such fun? This last year, I mean, we got to take off our hats for the courage and indefatigability of the brain dead zombies for keeping going. I mean, it's just, they keep going with their brain dead zombiness. It's a joy to behold. I mean, I'm a lead cheerleader for the Zombie Appreciation Society, because these zombies, I mean, they take the biscuit for daftness. If you ever want any fun, you just got to go into that swallow site. That swallow site is just beyond it's a parody. There's that much Tim Pottery going on there as well. Some of it is just OTT Tim posters giving it Yaldi, you know what I mean? Ripping the single fish. I mean, I've got an account on there, but I've not got the heart to go and rip the fish. I remember one time, years ago, I went on there as Tommy in Glasgow, and I didn't believe it was me. I lasted them horning. Some of them who were giving it to me really tight, and I was just like, batter in ya. Right, what's this question you're putting here? What's supporting hoops? Chris Smith, give us that message again, brother. Give us that message again. Listen, we could up the notch here and start doing a phone out show. We could phone out, we could phone 10 to tell 10. I've got my California IA number. Straight out of Compton. We could phone there. We've also got Niall Boylan. Niall Boylan, we could phone Niall Boylan. Will we phone that crackpot? Yeah, so finally, we're going to hit the aim, that's it. Let's see what number I've got. Hold on a minute. Right, excuse me, it's getting in that. It's not there. Come on, you. Right, where are we? Niall Boylan in Ireland. Let's talk to somebody Irish, yes. Let me see, what is going down here? Let me see, what is going down? What's going down? Moose and Ham, I'll put them on in the background, let's see. With a wonderful technology here, I'll be able to hear this in my earpiece. Right, let's see. Let's see how many minutes that's there. Right, it's going down here. Come on, refresh. Let's see. Right, so. Right, 2 seconds. I'm just going through here. Why is that turned off? Is it not on anymore? Is he off for the night? Ah, to be sure.
Classic Hits 4 FM.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh hi, how you doing?
Okay, how are you?
Oh, that's a lovely Glaswegian voice, that. Who's this?
That's a lovely Glaswegian voice too. Jennifer.
Hi Jennifer, I'm Tommy.
Hiya. How are you?
What are you doing over there?
Working in 4 FM for this week.
For this week? What do you mean this
yes,
week?
Well, last week I'm doing work experience.
Are you? Aye. Brilliant.
Yes. What are you doing over here?
I'm not over there. I'm over here in Glasgow. I'm back here. Aye. I'm just a mad crackpot who phones radio stations, and I was me. So I was wanting to speak to.
Do you want to go on and say something about it?
Aye, if it's possible. What part are we going now? What's the discussion at?
It's to do with have the guards got enough resources over here?
Oh, the guard, the police, yeah, the police.
Somebody
got stabbed, didn't
he? Killed on Friday night.
Yeah. Aye, well, I want to go on and talk about that. I know that I met a fellow Glaswegian, so what are you doing over there? Are you working then, Jennifer, aye?
Yeah, well, I'm doing work experience at college.
Brilliant. Are you liking it? Is it a good life over there, aye?
Yeah, it's good. I've been over here about 7 years now.
Brilliant.
So why are you phoning up Irish stations? You crackpot.
What are you calling a crackpot? Do you know I'm a crackpot? I've always been a crackpot. No, I'm getting tired of phoning all the radio stations in the UK. So, and my family came from Ireland anyway. So I love the crack basically. So, and I phone the guy who's on during the day sometimes. What's his name? David Harvey.
Oh yeah.
So I phone him. But yeah, so yeah, if I can get through just now.
What's your opinion on it anyway?
On the Garda, what the cutbacks?
Well, it's to do with have the Garda got enough resources?
Well, I heard yesterday they were shutting about 80 odd police stations all over the place. So I think the cutbacks from the European Union and the austerity measures, then I think this is wholly wrong. That if there's people committing crimes, then there should be proper police force out there to stop all the crazy crackpots doing bad stuff to the good crackpots, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, listen, Tommy, we'll try it, because I think it's not going to be on this topic for long, but listen, if we've got time to get to you, then we'll phone you back, Tommy.
But listen, I'm highly flexible. Whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to talk about, Jennifer. Have you got my number there? Have you got my number? I've got a Dublin number that maybe never came up there.
Yeah, give me your Dublin number if you have one.
Yeah, because I've got this Skype thing and it works brilliantly. You can get different numbers, so I've got numbers all over the place. So my Dublin one is 01254
01254
4567
4567. Well, the topic we're going on to next, Tommy, is there was a judge over here had used the knacker word when he was in court.
For the gypsies, yeah.
The travellers want a public apology from him.
Well, I should say they do. But I would like to talk about that because the fact is, you know, it's racism to actually use a derogatory term. I mean, people have to wise up. The fact that you can't just go around being offensive to people, and if people are in a minority, then surely you should be saying nice things instead of derogatory words that help people, you know, keep them in a frame of, you know, being neglected.
Yeah. Well, listen, Tommy, that's great. As I say, we're going on to that one next. God, excuse me, my throat's a wee bit dodgy here.
Get a wee frog in there. Go and get a wee drink in and chill out.
I have got a wee frog in there. But listen, Tommy, thanks very much for the call, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Please do. Listen, God. But what time's the show on to? Is he on to 12 o'clock? Is it 1 o'clock he's on to?
It's 1 o'clock he's on to.
Yeah, well, cool. If you can phone back then, Jennifer, I'd appreciate it, yeah.
Right, brilliant, Tommy. Thanks very much.
Enjoy the wee work experience, and hopefully I'll speak to you soon, yeah?
Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks very much. See ya. Bye.
Oh, that was nice. See that? A wee Irish lassie. That's lovely. A wee Scottish lassie in Ireland, I mean, I say Irish lassie. Ah, lovely wee Scottish lassie, yeah. The old Jennifer. Right, Chris, here we go. This is live. We're live here, Ernie boy. Yeah, we'll just have that. Why you think it's a pre-recording? I think I'm doing a pre-rec. I think I just made that up. Well, I'm phoning up Niall Boylan, 4 Hits FM, Classic FM. We're on Irish radio, or I was trying to be. Right, as in the pre-Nimmo Smith show, you asked, did anyone have any faith in an honest verdict coming for this hearing? To be honest, I don't have faith in any of the corrupt cunts. But if they don't think interest-free loans that don't need to be paid back aren't suspect, then I want to know exactly how the Jane Blunts have come to that conclusion. Yes, you better Adam and Eve it. Chris Smith. Round of applause, brother. Round of applause. I agree with you. So now we'll put our name in the raffle for getting on the Niall Boylan show in Ireland. I was saying, you asked if anyone had any faith in an honest verdict coming. To be fair, I have no faith in any of the corrupt sea chunters, but if they find it in the zombies' favour, then I want a full explanation as to why interest-free loans that don't need to be repaid are not suspect. Yeah, well, they better get this right. They better get this right. If they don't get it right, they're in big trouble. They're in big trouble. Shall we phone Australia? We could phone, what time's it now? Are we on to midnight? Are we on to the Zero Dark here? Zero Dark 30? Are we on to Zero Dark 30? Oh, no yet. We're not even... Oh, this is lovely, I'll tell you. I'm just chilled out here. Look. Nice and warm now. I've got a wee bonnet on. Get my winter parka here. There's something nice and relaxing being stuck in a motor when it's pissing it down outside. The pitter patter of the rain on the motor and you're nice and dry. Right, I'm just going to turn in here. I'm just going to recline. I'm just going to. That's me here on my slumber. Anybody there? This is the first live broadcast where the host goes for a wee kip here. So I'll just. Everything's just laid back. So we're waiting on a phone call from Ireland. They've got my number. So we're just chillaxing here now. We're waiting until the 29th. I'm on strike, so if you hear some snoring here, if I stop talking and you hear some snoring, then the radio host has gone to sleep. This isn't a recording, this is a live show. We're in a tinfoil covered Skoda. We're ripping off the multinational broadcasting, the international multinational corporations, free Wi-Fi. Tinfoil Skoda up to the max. If you don't believe me, look, I'll give you a wee bit of sound effects. I don't like doing it, but here's the sound effects. Here's heater on with the heater. There we go, we're going to heater on, we're in a tinfoil cupboard Skoda. And we're phoning the Now Boiling Show. We could phone Australia. We could phone Australia for you. But you know what? One day at a time. Sweet Jesus. Sweet Jesus, it's cold tonight in here in Glasgow. But it's alright. We've got a heater on and we've reclined it back now, so we're going to go for a wee kip here. We're just taking it easy. We're waiting for the 29th. I'm on a sleepover. I'm on strike. I'm not talking to you crackpots. You give me a call, yes, give me a call if you want. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10. The crackpot's got his lights out and he's just having a wee snooze here. So it's 0141 416 1888. You can contact me on Dublin 01254 4567. On Melbourne 0390 13 67 67. If you're out of Compton or in Compton or anywhere about Compton, you're on 001 for outside the USA, 310 out of Compton, 668 inside Compton with a 1916. 310 anywhere in the USA, 310 668 1916. There you go. Right, I'm on strike. The heating's on. Can you hear the heating? The heating's on. Reclined it. I'm just nice and relaxed here. Let's see. Everything's alright. Sweet as. Right, I'm away for a kip here. You can stay on board. If I forget to talk and I just drift out for a wee sleep, I'm leaving the heating on. 2 minutes and counting. ETA. Heating off. I'll be cosy as anything in 2 minutes. Heating will be off. And yes, we'll go for a wee kip. A 5-minute kip. The only thing to wake me up will be a phone call. So that's my alarm call. If you want to wake me up, somebody give me a phone call. That was the only way to wake me up. If I stop talking, this is just so nice. I'm reclined. I'm just totally melted into this Recaro seat here. This lovely heated cushioned velvet Recaro seat. Totally melted away into it. So we're just heating this motor up now. We're getting it to optimum temperature. Once we're on optimum temperature, I'll be out like a light. It's been a hard day. It's been a hard day at the outhouse. It's a hard day. Tell 10 to tell 10. Retweet to retweet. Somebody phone me to wake me up. Wake me up in 10 minutes. No, no, no. You're off your nut. Hang up. You're getting blocked. You'll be blocked. Whoever's phoning me now is getting blocked. You will be blocked. How dare you? Whiskey Dash, he's been diverted to my other phone. Ah, you're diverted. This is shocking. You hear? Aye. It's coming through. No, go away. Go on home. British soldiers, go on home. Have you got no tinfoils covered Skoda of your own? For 800 seconds. I want some shut-eye. Go on home. Leave me alone. Go on home. Total crackpots, go on home. Have you got no bloody Skodas of your own? I want some peace and quiet, away and fling shite at the moon. I'm going to sleep. Right, nobody wake me up. Come on, just let me get a wee bit of sleep here. Just a wee bit of sleep. I'll feel better for it. I'll come back, I'll be wired to the moon, ready to go. Just let me chill out now, come on. I've only got another 10 minutes, so on we go. Right, we get 39 minutes, right? So let me have this 5 minutes shut-eye, right? Just 5 minutes, right? So what you do, go make a wee mellow birds. Right, That's me, I'm reclining there, that's me, this is beautiful, so it is. You can get used to this now, I mean, just... Right. You hear the rain? You want the sound of the rain? There's a window filtering. Put that window back up. Look at this, I can even... I'm that far into the back seat. I'm a back seat driver here. Back seat recliner, right? We reclined it. Right, here we go. 5 minutes sleep. We're doing an experiment here. Right. From the second I stop talking for 5 minutes, and somebody could phone me back. See if we can get some snoring here, right? So... Pitter patter of the rain. Silence is golden. A little bit of silence brought to us from our friends in the noise abatement society. The wonderful sound of the rain, drip, drip, dripping. It's now starting to lash. Ah, fuck off, stop phoning me. I want some sleep here. I'll tell you, I'll start right, you're getting blocked. Rain flying shite to the moon. And chillax. Look, it's going to divert onto my phone. Look, here we go. It's going to ring. Is it ringing? Nah, you never let it ring wrong enough. Right. 5 minutes is all I ask. That might have been the Irishman's. Oh, who was it? The phone there, the second one. Sweet suffering Jesus, it was them.
Welcome to Classic Hits 4 FM. If you know the extension number of the person.
Mailbox 471. Please leave a message.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. I forgot. That's who was waiting a phone call and they phoned us there. Who was it that phoned us that first time? James Errands. James. This rain is wonderful. I'm telling you, you should get yourself a tinfoil covered Skoda. It's just a wonderful... Pitter patter, pitter patter, pitter. Can you hear the pitter patters? Can you hear the raindrops? Raindrops are falling not on my head. I'm in a tinfoil covered Skoda tonight. Da, 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 da. Raindrops are not falling. Oh my goodness, look at that. I thought it was you phoning back, James, there. I thought it was you. And I've now missed my chance to talk to Galway, Cork and Donegal and Dublin. I think Cork and Dublin anyway. Yes, I've gave up on the UK radio. We want to talk. We want to talk on Irish radio. Yes, here we go. Hello?
Hello, Tommy.
Who's that, Mike?
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing, my man? Nice to speak to you again.
Yeah, you too. Have you been listening in there, Tommy?
Yeah, mate, I was listening in earlier on, yeah. It's a good show, yeah. I quite like Niall's chat.
And what do you think of this knacker thing? Do you think he should apologise?
Who? Niall?
The judge.
The judge? The judge should, I think, to use any kind of discriminatory words, you know, you're taking advantage of a minority. So yes, I think wholeheartedly the judge should apologise, because he's in a position of power, and this is how racism occurs, when you're in a position of power and you're abusing a minority.
Okay, will you hang on there, Tommy, and have a chat with Niall, yeah?
Go for it, my man.
Just make sure the feed of the radio station is turned down, yeah?
Got it.
Grand, thanks, Tommy.
Yeah, well, so these guys were despicable people.
Exactly. And
So-
sorry, Niall, can I just what Dan said as well?
Yeah.
He said about that word, and I would appreciate it, Darren, if you don't talk down to me or at
I'm
me,
not talking
but
down
that
to
you
you.
would talk to me, okay?
No, I'm not talking down to you.
You are actually, Darren. Sorry, Darren. You're actually talking down to me. No, I will not allow anybody to talk down to me. You can actually speak to me.
There we go. Now we now have a live simulcast here.
No, Niall.
This is a live simulcast. We're now tuned in with Classic Hits FM, classichitsfm.ie.
Yes.
And that was
We're now in tune with Classic Hits with Niall Boylan. I've not spoke to this crackpot before. That guy there, Mike, I spoke to him last night. The lassie Jennifer.
Yeah, I'm well aware of that.
Just spoke to her there. So here we go. We'll tune into what's happening. A live simulcast with our new friends across the water and Ireland. Hail, hail.
Well, when I said, Helen, when I said when referring to the word tinker, that's an original word. And some people of the gypsies adopted that word as a lifestyle.
Niall.
That's a 13th century word, tinker.
Niall.
Yes.
I know quite a lot. I actually knew an elderly gentleman who actually was at school with my father, who was not from the travelling community, who was a tinker. He was a tradesman.
Yes, but many tinkers, as you know, I mean, a tinker is basically somebody who's a tinsmith, okay?
Tinker's hair, a soldier spy.
Many of the gypsies, for example, per se, in England, we don't have as many gypsies as over here, okay? I mean, the gypsies in England actually still do a lot of tin work, and they're tinsmiths.
Niall, we're talking here about the Irish travellers. We're not. A gypsy and a traveller is not the same person.
I'm well aware of that.
Okay?
Yeah.
Now, to get back to Darren's point there about the word, if tomorrow that judge came out and he used the words that I'm after saying, that man would be asked to step down.
But that's because you're talking about the word nigger. That's because he would be referring to a race of people.
It is, of course it is, Niall. The word
but hold on. The word nigger is directly related to black people, so it's insulting directly to black people if they want to find it insulting. The word knacker is not owned by the travelling community.
It's a derogatory word.
Many travellers see it
on a lot of the radio programs that you would not have her put into a box with any other name.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Well, I, as a traveller, I would abhor and I would condemn any word. That's my belief and that's my right. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And for anybody to say that it doesn't bother... Listen,
Come on, the knackers.
I think, actually, to be quite honest, I
The
think
knackers,
he's
anybody hear the
actually
knackers?
an educated idiot. He's there to do a job. And can I just say this now?
Okay, hang on, darling. Let's sit there. Go ahead.
Can I just say this now?
Yeah, Helen, go ahead.
Okay? Now, I've been listening over the past few days about the Garda issue, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I said before and I say it again. I think the man that took away the resources from those people should be ashamed of himself, and I'm going to leave it at that, okay?
Okay, well, hang on, Helen. Just let Darren respond to everything you said there, because you said an awful lot. Yeah, but don't finish. Stay there, Helen. I want you to go.
No, but can I just say this, Niall?
Yeah.
If a robbery took place down the road,
Mm-hmm.
okay, let it be a traveller, let it be a foreign national, or let it be anybody. Let it be Tweedledum Tweedledee. And if a Garda came on a programme to talk about that robbery, he would not say, well, a robbery took place down the road, and you know what? The people that done it are pure knackers.
Well,
he couldn't do it, Niall.
I would expect him to have a certain kind of decorum. And I would agree, Helen, that maybe the judge didn't use his decorum, but ask him to apologise.
I did, mind you, Niall, I didn't hear Monsieur Brown coming out here over the weekend and actually lambasting the people who actually took their Garda's life.
Okay, well, hang on a second. Darren, go on, respond to that, Darren.
My point is being, if I was in the car tomorrow and the judge caught me and knacker for doing something unmistakable, so I should go and he should be taken and sacked and he should be, that's bullshit.
You're not a traveller, Dan. You're not a traveller.
Don't own the word, you not get that.
But when
you don't own the word.
Listen,
the word doesn't refer directly to the travelling community.
Of course it is.
It's travelling people being all offensive towards it.
Of course it is.
No, it's not.
Of course it is. You listen to most people from the second community, Dan. And what actually, to be quite honest about it, I don't know what planet you're on. From a 5-year-old child. Listen, Dan, from a 5-year-old child up to an 8-year-old man from the travelling community. When I was 5 years old at school, they were one of the first words that I would have heard. Knacker, tinker. Of course it's a derogatory term to the travelling community, Dan. Don't fool yourself. And I'll tell you this much. I don't think that this is going to go down well amongst the travelling community.
But hold on a second. Wait there, both of you, if you can. I want to go to Derek. Derek, you're in Dublin.
Sorry about that little bit of silence there brought to us by our friends in the noise abatement society.
Yeah.
Our friends in the noise abatement society, and we've got our friends here over in Dublin. We're joining our friends in Dublin. So if you're joining us in Celtic Community Radio, we're back in the homeland, we're back in the motherland. We're joining Niall Boylan. We're joining a debate here talking about gypsies and the word knackers. Tell 10 to tell 10. It's Crackpot Radio, late night evening show for crackpots.
I think he was annoyed.
Back with a discussion.
He broke it 3 times in 5 months.
Just waiting for my shot. Once I'm on there, I'm on. I'll be giving it Yaldi.
Of course we are.
Me and the bold Niall.
Human nature do it is. I mean, the judge comes in, this is just going off a little bit. You said he was annoyed. You got a judge coming in on a Monday morning that's pissed off. He's had a shit weekend for whatever reason. And he comes in, and God help you if you're up in front of him on Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
Because human nature being what it is, if he's had a shite morning or whatever, he got caught in traffic on the way over.
Listen to the language they get away with here.
And whatever they're up for.
The language is just a fucking disgrace.
But I mean, if you're going to do a job, do it properly. No, if you can't do it properly, don't do it at all.
So who are you suggesting the judge apologise to? The individuals or the travelling community?
Oh, judge, to the 2 individuals. I mean, the word knacker, as I use the word knacker, is somebody who buys, whether it's livestock or whatever, works off that and sells that with them and makes a few quid.
Yeah, it kind of refers to somebody who works in the low menial job or the lowest common denominator. There's no doubt it's a derogatory term.
Yeah, it's a derogatory term because it's become that over the years in this country.
Yeah.
Because, you know, people relate to that now, whether they're a young child or whether they're a grown adult. The word knacker now is used and has been used for years as in a derogatory term towards people of the travelling community.
Oh, well, the travelling community have taken great exception to it and great offence to it, of course. Yes, I understand. I understand it completely. But all of the settler community use the word as well.
Yeah, but I mean, the word knacker is used in so many different names, you know what I mean?
Yeah. People in Dublin call certain other people in Dublin knackers as well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So it's not just related directly to the travelling community. This is
The point is, though, Niall, if somebody from the settled community calls somebody else from the settled community a knacker, well, their mouth says knacker, but their mind says traveller. It's like I've
No, your mind says traveller.
Sorry?
Your mind says traveller, Helen.
No, sorry.
No, you're being oversensitive. It's pain to watch somebody.
Listen, sorry, what's your name?
Darren, yeah.
It's Darren, yeah.
Listen, Darren. I want you to listen very carefully to this. If your child walked into the
told me a few minutes ago.
Yeah, if your child walked into the school tomorrow, and if your child was called a name that you didn't like, would you take it personally?
But the parents, listen, that you call it names between kids or names between kids. We're
I'm
grown
asking you
people,
a
right?
question, Darren. I'm
asking you a question. Are you grown adults or not?
Well, I think
you're not thinking you're being oversensitive towards the
Darren,
word. The word wasn't used towards
sorry,
other
Darren.
people.
Well, see, the point I think Darren is trying to make, Helen, is the word wasn't used directly towards the travelling community. It was words used towards these individuals who were quite clearly the lowest common denominator.
So it's a word, Niall, used of the travelling community. I think, Darren, you're the one that doesn't get it.
Tommy, I'm so sorry for the delay. Just hang on there, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Thanks.
Yeah. Hello, Bernie. Bernie, go ahead.
Hello, I'd like to direct the question to Helen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Helen?
Yeah, she can hear you.
Yeah, you hear me. And I'd like to question your memory, because I think, I don't know what the problem is, and I'm telling you, won't get away with it. How dare you come on the phone tonight and say that our judge, Jeffrey Brown, is not an educated man?
Oh.
No, I didn't say...
Listen.
No, Bernie, I didn't say he wasn't educated.
Shut up for 5 minutes.
Shut up for fuck's sake, woman.
You can yap away.
Yap.
Our Judge Jeffrey Brown was absolutely right. And if you got your facts together, you'd realise what tinkers are. Leave a peasant alone for a while. We live here in Galway. And my God in heaven's land, going back years ago, we had a lovely man that lived on his own. He minded his own business. He bothered nobody until tinkers from Limerick came and killed him. And they got away with it. Or they didn't get away with it, they're still serving a term. How dare you come on the radio there tonight? Judge Jeffrey Brown should get a medal, and he's a decent, lovely person. And you'd want to cop on. All I've ever heard from you is shouting people down. How dare you?
How dare you?
Alan, you can respond to that. Go ahead.
How very dare you?
How dare you come on the radio?
How very dare you?
What is it? Well, we won't comment on that's not a problem. That's not a force in Limerick. But I mean, you won't get away with how dare you?
How very dare you?
Are you so stupid?
Okay, well, let Helen, hang on, Bernie. Let Helen respond to everything. All right, Bernie, let her respond to what you're saying. Go ahead, Helen.
Okay. Listen, you probably make up some other kind of goofy story now.
No, hold on. She has the right to respond to what you're saying, Bernie. Okay. Okay, let her respond. Bernie, let her respond. Okay, Bernie, let her respond. Go ahead, Helen.
Well, first of all, Niall, I didn't say that Judge Brown was an uneducated man. I said he was an educated idiot. It's not actually, Bernie. It's not. Can I respond, Niall, to that?
Yeah, go ahead.
He's our judge in Galway, and he's a good man. And he's dealing with tankers. And that's what he was trying to say, because there's nothing more than knackers. And you must be living in a fucking cuckoo land. And I'm entertaining you, okay? Now, I'm going into bed because I cannot take no more of this. Good night, and thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Well, glad you had to say, Bernie. All right, sorry, Alan, go ahead. You respond.
Well, first of all, Niall, I didn't actually say Judge Brown was an uneducated idiot. I said he was an educated idiot.
I know you did, yeah.
Okay? Now, second of all, you know what they say? I heard John Devan on there earlier, Niall from Limerick.
This is very good, I mean. I'm at home. I found my home. I'm fucking on a first boat back. This is brilliant.
What you heard there from Bernie tonight was Niall. I rest my case.
All right, hold on a second. Wait there. Tommy is listening in Glasgow tonight. I decided he wants to get involved. Tommy, you're live in Classic Hits 4 FM. Good evening to you.
Niall, how you doing, my man?
How are you doing, Tommy? It's lovely to have you listening from Glasgow. Do you listen online, is it?
Yes, mate, I'm in a tinfoil covered Skoda. I'm the biggest crackpot in the UK radio, and it is an absolute pleasure and joy to speak to you. And listen, you don't all have to thank...
Go on, it's a pleasure to have you on, Tommy.
You don't have to all thank me at once, but a couple of weeks ago, I'm a prank caller, and I did a prank caller to one of these flag demonstrators who was threatening to come in Dublin. Name of Willie Fraser.
The flag.
The flag guy. Willie Fraser was doing the talks with the Garda, and I stepped in at the last minute and I named and shamed him. You can get it on Glasgow Radio Online, but I'm a prank caller, and that last woman who was on there from Galway, this radio station is phenomenal. But what I would like to say, I would like to bring some slant for myself. My wife is black, Niall, and object to the language is a bit different on this radio, what we're used to in the UK, but that's cool. But using the word, as you did there earlier on, nigger. Now everyone knows the world across the connotation of this word. It's when white slave masters used it. British slave masters, to the tune of 30 million Africans, they took them to their death, held them as slaves, took them across as a Middle Passage. Right, so, and they used the word nigger when they were doing that, so the world knows. Now, just in the last day, have I found out what this word knackers mean. Now, my granny came from Ballinrobe, God rest her. My mum still living, came from Ardoyne. But my family, so this word is part of the vernacular of the Irish nation just now, and it slipped by me.
In the UK, knacker actually means your testicles, doesn't it?
Your knackers, you get a kick in the knackers, you're knackered. You also say you're knackered, you know, in Glasgow they use the phrase, you're knackered.
Oh, yeah, we use that over here too. We say knackered. I say I'm knackered all the time, yeah.
Yeah, so this phrase that is used, so it's new to me, but what I want to say is that when you use racism or bigotry, it's coming for racism. It comes from a point of strength. So if someone's using it to exert their influence, exert their strength or muscle against someone inferior in a derogatory way, then this should be stopped. And so if the judge has said this as a way to exclude and marginalise a group of people, then as an Irish people we should always stop and realise, well, this was a tool of the oppressor of the Brits when they came and colonised for hundreds of years. So to actually use whatever word it is, but if it's a way to demean someone, if it's a way to oppress someone, if it's a way to belittle it, then surely to goodness we should be aware that just even in the language, that there is a power and there's a way of enslaving a people.
But does not send a message out when a judge, who, you know, is a very reputable judge, by the way, turns around, for example, and uses the word like knackers, or let's say, for example, he just said to these scumbags that robbed this guy 3 times in the space of 5 months, so much so they put him in hospital. Let's say he just turned around and said, listen, you two, you're scum. Is that okay? We're like, you know, what's
yes,
okay?
Well, yes. Well, I would say, I mean, to use that, it's a different word. There's a word if it's got something attached to it, if there's a history attached to it, the more powerful it can be. Like the word that you said there, nigger, because of the history attached to it. 30 million slaves.
The word nigger is very different because there is a genuine history worldwide attached to that word.
But the
thing is only purely Irish, and it's only because members of the travelling community themselves took offence to it and used it as a derogatory term many years ago. I mean, stuck to the travelling community.
If it's been used,
hold on for a second, Tommy. It's used by everybody against everybody, not just the travelling community.
But if it's been used as if it's first of all started as a way of a tool to oppress a group of people, so if it's been used first of all to oppress the gypsy travelling community, and then further down the line that they decide, well, we'll use this as a way to empower ourselves, then it still doesn't make it right for an outsider or a judge to come in and start saying it. Like myself, as I say, my wife's black, my kids, I fail to categorise them as what colour they are, but if someone comes in and calls them that name or a nigger, then I'm going to take serious umbrage and offence to it, because they've not got a right or place to do it. Now, if it was to be my wife's cousin who's black or whatever, and he comes and says to my little boy, yo, my nigger, what's happening? Then I can understand that, because there's something going on there. But if it's from a position of power, and if it's used to belittle someone, or it's used as a tool of oppression, then it shouldn't be done. So if the judge is using it, and it's a different matter if you're saying it's regarding the concept of what happened for if it's some scumbags who have done something wrong, it still doesn't make it right. And being in a position where the lady said there, an educated idiot, he's in a position that he should know better, and it makes it a whole lot worse, because people in a position of power who have got education should know their P's and Q's and know they'll be using a word that is derogatory and talking down to people. Then it shouldn't be allowed. That's my opinion now.
Okay, well, hang on, Tommy. Wait there for a second. A lot of people have an opinion on this, by the way. Helen, I want you to stay there because somebody wants to talk to you as well. Kathy, you're in Dublin. You're live on Classic Hits 4FM. Good evening to you, Kathy.
Hi, how are you?
How you doing, Kathy?
I personally would have no problem with that judge whatsoever, whereas I would have a problem with the judge who put the guy Begley into prison for the garlic tax. Also, a bigger problem with the judge who let the rapist out of the who was abusing his daughter. Okay, I know that the guy's in prison now, but he was allowed to go out.
Well, it was a bad decision, yes.
I think that judge was just calling the people, what was he calling them? Knackers.
Knackers.
Scumbags.
Yeah.
I mean, what they did, they are knackers and scumbags. I'd also like to say to Bernie, who was on,
Helen, wasn't
fair
it?
play to you.
Oh, Bernie, sorry.
And also say to Helen, does she realise that I was living over in England when the Crazy In thing was going on? And how does she feel about the people being called pikeys? That's what the people in England call them. Has she a problem with pikey as well?
Can I respond to that, Niall?
You can, Helen, yeah.
Okay. Every time that we come on about talking about travellers, Niall, Cathy seemed to refer to Britain. Listen, Cathy, we extracted ourselves from Britain years ago. Britain has nothing got to do with my country anymore, thank God. And every time you come on, you either talk about the rubbish travellers leave, or you talk about Britain. Let's talk about Ireland. Now listen, Cathy, I have no problem with the judge putting those people in jail. In fact, if he put them in for 20 or 30 years, it would suit me best. But he is in a position of authority, and he is not allowed to use any derogatory term, whether you like it, or whether I likes it, or whether, because if it offends me or it offends you, I have a right to speak out about it.
Can I come in here, Niall?
The judge was right in saying that those people that had done that 3 times, that they were knackers or scumbags. I mean, they are knackers or scumbags.
But no, Cathy,
that's the problem with the word.
Can I just say that to Cathy? You mentioned
scumbags.
Sorry, Cathy.
Well, that is a fair question she asked you, Helen. Would you have been as offended if he had just said they're scumbags?
If he called them scumbags?
Yeah.
Absolutely not. So should I have a problem with that, Niall?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
exactly.
I don't know, Helen. Have you ever walked into your home and found it ransacked, and all the drawers from your dressing table all over the bed and your jewellery gone? I mean, what do you say? Oh my God, the scumbags. Oh my God, the knackers. The way that judge said it was that they were knackers and scumbags.
Okay.
It's all about the context.
Listen, Cathy, I just said that I had no problem with that judge putting those people away for 30 years if he wanted to. Okay? I have no problem. In fact, if you want to, you said there, Cathy, that fair play to Bernie. Well, Bernie had actually used at least 5 racist words there in her conversation, which I could go tomorrow to my solicitor and I could actually have her on the court for that.
Oh, calm down. Can I come back here now?
Helen, hold on.
Can I come back?
You have the right to reply to her, Helen.
No,
Helen, can I say something now?
To my face in person.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she's used at least 5 times.
Well, no, you wouldn't actually, to be honest with you. From a legal standpoint, there's a thing in law called common abuse, okay? Now, if you wanted to take her on a charge of, I suppose, incitement to hatred, that would be the closest you would get to it. But even then, it would be very difficult to prove that she was inciting. Anybody, including the judge, is there to incite hatred against anybody by just using a word.
Niall, Did she just not say that the Tinkers from Limerick came up? And the Tinkers this, and the Tinkers that, and the Tinkers the other thing. Now, Bernie is your typical person now, who comes and yes, and then hangs up. Now, if Bernie is still listening, get the hell on the phone and talk to me like a woman on the phone.
Niall, can I come in?
Well, hold on.
Niall.
Bernie is listening. She's welcome to call back in on 18
Niall.
494.
Niall, let me in.
Actually ring in, Niall. And speak to me woman to woman. Don't just yap.
Niall.
Or stop calling tinker,
Hello.
necker. Talk to me about the crime. Talk to me about the judge. I agree with that judge. If he wanted to send him away for 30 years, so be it.
Can I come in here, Niall? Give me a chance, Niall.
She rang a radio show.
Yada.
Hang on, Helen. Sorry, say it again, Kathy.
Niall.
I don't know why you've got such a thing about Bernie. She rang the radio show, okay, same as I did. She's entitled to her opinion. She was obviously driving, if I could hear it in the background, and she was upset and she was sticking up for the guy.
They've hung up. He's hung up. They've just cut me off. Right, there you go. Crackpot McDougall. Let's see, can we get it? We can't get it back on there, can I? Okay. Hold on. I've got it coming through my speakers now, but it's... I know it's stopped. Hold on. Somebody had been murdered, as far as I can remember, and somebody had come from Limerick and killed somebody in Galway. So she had a lot of faith in this particular judge. Yes. Oh, crap. There we go. Can I ask you a question, Kay? Right, there we go. We're finishing up the show in 5 minutes anyway, so tell 10 to tell 10. Yeah, I've got a new friend, Niall Boylan. I know, mate, early boy. Well, the link, I'll post the link on. Let's see if can I get it here. I don't know, where's the stream? Where's the raw stream here? Open, capture, open, quit. What time's it anyway? 20 past midnight already? Off to. Right, I don't know, playlist. Right, anyway. I'll get the link for you later. There's a link there for it. I'll post it on my Twitter. Can't find it on here now. Classic Hits, where is it? Yeah, here we go, I've got it here. ClassicHits.ie, so you can tune in and listen to these mad crackpots here. I think he's on to 1 o'clock. Aye, 1 o'clock he's on to. 1 o'clock, Niall Boylan in Ireland. So I get a new friend there, the bold Niall. Right, that come up. There you go, Classic Hits, dip your wick in there. If you don't get any joy on it, because I've had a problem with their player, if you don't get any joy, then I would go to this link here, and it gives you all the Irish radio stations. And there's got one, it's right at the top. We call it, it's a quasi-national, Classic Hits 4 FM. So here's another one here. If you don't get through because the player, aye, so that's the one I use, all different Irish radio, better than the British shite. Right, I'm out here, catchy Versace, and increase the peace, fight the power, and don't believe the hype. And yeah, going home, there we go, going home. Now we're just loading this up now, So we're finishing off. Thanks for joining me tonight. Thanks for joining me earlier on. Hi James, you phoned us when I was gone for my wee kip. Did you want to talk? Did you want to talk? Just have to date the next time, right? Catch you, Versace. I'll go for my wee sleep now. I'll go for my wee sleep. Alright. Yes. Come on, pull it over. It's no pulling over. Hurry up, Affin, right? Come on. Move it over. Come on. There we go. We're moving. It's clicking. There we go. Technology, yeah, you get there in the end, right? Hail. Speak to you soon.
So go on home, British soldiers, go on home. And you got no fucking homes of your own. For 700 years, we fought you without fears. And we'll fight you for 700 more. Oh, if you stay, British soldiers, if you stay, you will never ever defeat the IRA. Those 14 men and dirty are the last that you will bury. So take it left and leave us while you may. So go on home, British soldiers, go on home. And you got no fucking homes of your own. For 700 years, we fought you without fears. And we'll fight you for 700 more. Oh, leave us be, British soldiers, leave us be. We're fed up with your lies and tyranny. Throughout our history, we were born to be free. So go on home, British bastards, leave us be. Everybody sing it. So go on home, British soldiers, go on home. Have you got no fucking homes of your own? For 700 years, we fought you without fear. I will fight you for 700.
How do you go up to 700? Well, we're up to 800 here. 800 is enough. Radical pacifist style. Never bow to the soldiers of Britain. I've got no guns. I'm a radical pacifist. I'm just calling for the British soldiers to go on home. Just calling British soldiers, come back home. Come back home or you've got rent straight away. Hail, speak to you all soon.